we join the smarter guys at Stith Plumbing and HVAC. Let's listen.
What do people hate most?
Some people hate clowns. A lot hate public speaking.
But everyone hates a cold shower.
Ew! Don't put up with cold water. Call Stith Plumbing and HVAC to check your water heater.
If your water heater has failed, we consider that an emergency. We'll work as late as necessary for you to have hot water again.
Great service is not a myth. Just call Stith Plumbing and HVAC.
Call 751-9691, 751-9691, or online at stithplumbingandhvac.com. Tune in again next time to hear Brett say,
We'll fix your cold shower. Not much we can do about those clowns.
On the next episode of the Smarter Guys at Stith Plumbing and HVAC.
Hey, it's Phil Elson for Good Feet, and I finally learned how to be good to my feet. I'm not just talking about the occasional foot rub either. How much time do you spend on your feet every day? We're constantly on our feet, not just for exercise. And sometimes we're just downright rough on them. Like this time of the year usually. I'm always on the go because it's baseball, basketball, crossover season this time of the year. And a year ago, I had trouble getting around thanks to plantar fasciitis, that awful burning in my foot. And I couldn't take a step without terrible pain. Sometimes it went away, sometimes it didn't. Well, now that awful pain is gone thanks to Good Feet. I visited their Fayetteville location across from Walmart on Mall Drive. Got fitted for new shoes and Good Feet arch supports, which I wear all the time in all my shoes and slippers. And my feet don't hurt anymore. How about that? Try Good Feet for yourself. See if they can help you too. They're also in Rogers across from Topgolf off I-49 and goodfeet.com.
Northwest Arkansas. Hi, this is Stacy with ProMix Concrete, a division of Ozark Ready Mix. We're a local ready mix concrete supplier, and I'd like to invite you to call our team. We'll provide you high performance, optimized ready mix concrete and top-notch service for any and all of your commercial, DOT, and residential construction applications. Call us at 479-480-3060. That's 479-480-3060, and we'll take care of your business. Ask yourself, do you need a mix or ProMix?
Sterling Bank is a full-service community bank committed to the community, their customers, and the people and businesses who call Northwest Arkansas home. At Sterling Bank, you will find a complete menu of products and services designed to make your banking experience pleasant and productive. Visit your local branch in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville to experience friendly, top-notch customer service and to discover the Sterling difference. Member FDIC.
KAKS Goshen Fayetteville. This is ESPN Arkansas. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. Covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruscin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs. And the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
With DQ.
Kelsey finds a blank space for the score.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
Going to the chemical assistance here for this one. I had nothing last night. A couple of Girl Scout cookies. That was it. I made it till 1:05 in the morning.
Is that what time it ended?
Yeah. That's what time we ended. The game ended right before midnight. Because, you know, they have to play that thing where they sponsor, they thank every sponsor they've ever had for the last 20 years at the end. And that takes forever. Well, here we are. Hey, what's going on? It's the ESPN Arkansas, ESPN 99.5. With you here, Ruskin and Zach. Zach is out watching basketball. He'll be in tomorrow when we're live at the Teague Law Firm. But DQ is here. DQ here watching basketball. And
the women's game.
We'll talk about that as we move along, as the women's tournament has gotten underway at Bon Secours in my favorite arena name to say in probably the entire country, Bon Secours Wellness in Greenville, South Carolina. You know the routine. Our number, the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, is 877-377-6963, and a special welcome to our MBI Platinum Plus members slash degenerates. It's good to have you with us. So, a win last night for Arkansas over Vanderbilt, as you probably know by now. 13-point win over the Commodores in Memorial Gym. And a game Arkansas led by as many as 17 in the second half. There was a bit of a push from Vanderbilt. It did not matter. Arkansas, I think the run ended when Vanderbilt, it looked like they were going to make it, a 2-score game or threaten to do something like that. I think the run ended with a Brazil 3 in the second half. We'll get our crack research team to look into that for us. But
was it right around the Calipari technical?
So the technical happens, yes, and everybody thinks the same thing. Well, believe it, there went that. And Vanderbilt did, put a little run together there with I think they'd made it. No, it was Wagner who made that deep 3. That was the one where the shot clock was running out, I think, and he was 40 feet from the goal.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what because they got it to 9. They were on a 3-5. They were on a 9-2 run. That includes Cal getting the technical. So they got it to 9. And then Wagner hits a 3, and that was about it. Arkansas went on a little run, and it was night time from that point forward. Literally, it was night time. So they are. What picture do you want to look at this through? Do you want to look at this through the SEC, the SEC tournament picture, the NCAA tournament picture? Because the NCAA tournament picture looks like, as of today, of course it'll change, but they may have worked themselves out of the first 4, which is good. They'll be definitively out of the first 4, I think, if they beat Mississippi State on Saturday. And then, regardless of what happens, or if you use fake words, irregardless of what happens in Nashville, they'll probably be in good shape. I just don't think with 7 people you can play at that level 3 times in 5 days, I guess is what it would be. But what's the goal? Like, what's the expectation now? Like, I'm coming at it as of how do you get to the second weekend? But does anyone else think or expect that? Or do you just want to get in the tournament this year? Like, what do you want to see from this with Arkansas with a game left in the regular season? So there was not a lot of there was pretty much nothing that came out of The Godfather 3 that was useful. Nothing good came out of the Godfather 3. But there is one moment that caught on somehow that I think describes some fans today.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
It kind of pulled you back in. Yeah, that's in The Godfather 3, which is regarded as a lousy movie, but it's an iconic movie quote from The Godfather 3. So Razorback fans were thinking they could cruise into spring, maybe watch a little baseball, a little softball, and not have to worry about this miserable basketball team anymore. And then last night they won. And now you're back in. Just when you thought you were out, pulled you back in. And so here we are. But how many more times can they do what they did last night? Perfect example. Vanderbilt's tallest guy is 6'7". Mississippi State routinely plays 2 6'10" guys. So the strategy last night, which is their recipe for winning, getting a ton of looks in the paint, they scored 53% of their points in what Hubie Brown calls the painted area. 53% of their points. Going to be a little bit more difficult to do that against a couple of 6'10 guys with Mississippi State on Saturday. We know they don't shoot outside very well at all. So, a lot of that was good energy and terrific performances individually, but the game plan like that may not be the best game plan against Mississippi State on Saturday. So what do? If you can't score in the lane and you can't score outside, how are you going to score? So that's what they got to figure out. And they got 7 guys. It doesn't sound like either of those guys are coming back, Thero or a Boogie. So you got 7. So how are you going to navigate these waters with 7 people? That's the challenge there. I think they can win on Saturday. I also know Mississippi State, who gave away that game 20 times. Texas gave them the game 20 times, I should say. And they didn't punch the ticket. Rodney Terry, one of the worst coaches under pressure I've ever seen. He's panicking, and they're all panicking. 2 10-second calls in the final 5 minutes against Texas and a shot clock violation. On the road. And the road team still won in overtime. So Mississippi State is going to be furious about that. So it's going to take a Vanderbilt-like energy level. You can't sleepwalk through a home game with Mississippi State and win the thing. And for whatever reason, something about seeing Mississippi State on a jersey generally makes Razorback teams kind of ease up a little bit. Not take them as seriously. I don't know what it is. If it's the maroon, if it's the word Mississippi, if it's the word state, if it's both of them put together. But across all sports, whenever Mississippi State's good, it seems like Arkansas teams struggle a little bit. 877-377-6963 will get you in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
It's the word state.
It is?
I think.
State?
That's the lesser of the Mississippi schools.
Right.
So no one takes them serious.
And everybody always makes fun of state schools.
State schools,
anyway,
yeah.
So that's what it is. Did you stay up for this thing?
I did.
What did you think?
I thought it was a good game. I was really tired. I fell asleep at one point because, I fell asleep, I think, right at the beginning of the second half. And then I woke back up, and the way I woke up, something happened, one of those big shots from Brazil or something, and it instantly woke me completely up.
Okay, this is a very common thing when you fall asleep watching a sporting event. Is something will happen that will jar you back awake.
And I was awake for the rest of the game.
I'm pretty sure this happened to me in that national championship game where North Carolina and Villanova went to the end and Villanova hit the shot at the buzzer. I think the North Carolina shot woke me up.
Yeah.
The guy did that kind of scissor kick in the air 3-pointer, and then you got to see the Jenkins shot to win it. But yeah, this is when you doze off during sports, a roar or something will wake you up. Yeah, and you're like, what happened? It's very disorienting, too.
I was laying down watching the game, and then whatever happened, I can't remember, but I sat up the rest of the game and was completely involved in watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not very often that a player scores 21 and it's like the third or fourth headline, like Nelly Davis last night.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Brazil because we saw Brazil, and he hasn't looked like that since Maui. Hasn't looked like that since Maui. Then again, it comes back. I think there's a game or two. He gets the knee injury a couple years ago. And let's be honest, talent's never been the question with him. And Cal said this, and we all know it. It's why it's been so frustrating with him. because no one's ever questioned the talent. I don't think anybody said, he's not talented enough. Problem's been the motivation. It's like he's so gifted he gets bored.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Or a lot of times, I guess.
Or he starts, some of his stuff in the first quarter or the first half isn't working out for him.
Yeah.
So then you do just see him lose motivation, or he gets frustrated, and you see guys get frustrated and it's one thing after the other with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what bugs me. Well, I like watching him play, but that is the most frustrating part about watching him.
I like watching him play like that.
I like watching
now
him play
when
like
he's
that.
out there going through the motions. I can't stand watching that. But sadly, in his time at Arkansas, we have more of the latter than the former. Last night stood out so much because it was frankly uncharacteristic of what we've seen from him over the last couple of years. And the question begs, can he do that a few more times? Or if things don't work out, say Saturday, does he go into shutdown mode again? That's the question. I don't think that's being unfair or mean or being negative. But, I mean, you are what you are. And we've seen far less like that than we have seen of the other thing with him. So has Cal cracked the code on keeping him mentally involved in the whole thing? Or does he check out again? Mentally. Physically he's there, but he's just, it's going through the motion stuff. And it's so noteworthy last night because it's what you expected more often than not. And yes, he does have another year. He's a junior. But he could come back. Or he could be putting this, a resume together for March and get out of here. He did go through the scouting combine last year with the NBA. So he's on the radar, so to speak, I would guess, about all that stuff. But the challenge with him is not ability. It's been, it's between the years, keeping him locked in when it's not going well, like you said, DQ. Staying locked in. And I don't know the last time I saw him smile on a basketball court until last night.
I think it was one of his last threes when he smiled running down the court. It has been a while. I think my favorite call from the game, watching it on TV, I think it was at that three, and the play-by-play guy was just like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
After he shot, after he's made it.
Yeah.
Why not? Of course he would make that shot.
Yep. Ended up making 3 of them last night. And the other thing was the 14 rebounds.
That was more significant, I think, than the shooting.
Yeah, he was just that's my ball. It's one of the reasons I think that Z's rebounding wasn't as large is because Brazil just decided, I'm going to get these tonight. So you can work with that. But how many more times can they do that? I don't know the answer. But, they've pulled us back in now. Now we have to see the answer, don't we? We have to find out. Well, can they do that a few more times? Was that a fluke? Was that an aberration? Was it a Styles makes fights thing where it was just because Vanderbilt's small? Like Shooter said in Hoosiers, a bunch of mites. Got to run them off the boards. Or is this, now we're all sucked back in. Now we got to know. Now we got to know how it plays out. But even on that, there was I think the definitive play for me for him last night was when he kind of contorted and leaped and tipped a pass to himself and stole it and then went and just windmill dunked it. He didn't even smile after that.
No.
So to see him smile after the 3 was why it was noteworthy. So how much more can they get out of that? And let me say something else about Cal. Because the knock was in January, well, you can't play that way anymore. And maybe you can't. I mean, we're still writing the story, the script on all this stuff. Maybe you can't. But, it's still about having big people and getting shots close to the rim because they're more likely to go in. And you can have your game where, you can make 25 3-pointers and attempt 60, but sometime that's going to go off, and then where do you go to score? So, I don't know. But the whole knock was like, you can't win this way anymore. But they're out here saying otherwise. In this game, anyway. Mississippi State's different, though, on Saturday. Mississippi State's different. Bigger lineup. A team that's going to be, desperate after they let Texas off the hook 7, 8, 9 times on Tuesday night. So it's going to be different. They're going to come into this game like Arkansas came into the Vanderbilt game last night. Not happy with the way they played, I would imagine. So, Jerry Palm, the bracketologist on CBS. This is kind of interesting. And it's, none of this is set in stone, but it's just kind of fun to play around with this. Arkansas is an 11 seed facing in the first round 6-seeded Kansas. Now remember, Arkansas played Kansas in a fake game earlier this year, and Arkansas won. So it would be one of those clever little things the tournament committee does every now and then if Arkansas and Kansas got to play in a real game, a very much real game in the NCAA tournament in a couple of weeks.
Did Kansas play last night?
Kansas played Monday and lost to Houston on the road. So they're
kind of on the down.
Yeah, they've had issues. They lost to Texas Tech Saturday at home. They lost to Houston. But I mean, they're losing to teams better than them. And I think the problem that they're having in Kansas is, why are these teams better than us? We're Kansas. But that's what's happening. I mean, Houston's been at that level for a while. This is their first year in the Big 12, though. So it has been no problem for them. And Texas Tech's been pretty good lately also. And they're right there again. But the Big 12 is a little bit strange this year because Kansas is not what you once. And again, like we've said many times here, we've seen the complete career arc of Hunter Dickinson. From star on the rise to now, like, on the backside of a career. Seen the whole arc. We've seen it all. And Kansas lost on the road last week to BYU by like 30, I think, too. They're 10-9 in conference. All right. So here we go on this edition of Ruscin and Zach, following an Arkansas win against Vanderbilt. 877-377-6963. Texas, call us, sit there, listen quietly here on Ruscin and Zach. We come to you from the Crane Automotive Team studio, and we'll be back very soon.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC, BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Le dije, vamos a hacer maldades. Vuelvo yo te traje. Pago ya el mahones si no baila pa' que sale. Aquí están mis anormales. Tú mueves ese en el. Esto es pa' las nenas nuevas, pa' los nenes, pa' la
It's back, the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive, and it's bigger than ever. We're on a mission to sell 555 vehicles in the month of March, no matter what it takes. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back. All month long, get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models.
Payments start at $199 a month.
Find the ultimate selection, the ultimate discounts, the ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade.
Only at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
Thanks for watching.
These questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. QC Kinetics, 479-999-1234.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Superior Fence and Rail, one of the largest fence companies in the country, is here in Northwest Arkansas. Superior Fence and Rail can custom chain link, wood, or vinyl fencing. Superior Fence can custom install ornamental iron fencing with powered automatic gates with access control. 12 months, same as cash financing, is available. And Superior Fence and Rail warranties all of their work. Superior Fence and Rail, 479-439-1096. 479-439-1096. Or go online to superiorfenceandrail.com.
ESPN 99.5. Welcome to the entertaining portion of the broadcast day. This is Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We have returned here. Ruscin and Zach. Brain Automotive Team Studio here is where we're hanging out as usual. This is ESPN 99.5 with Zach out today. Derek and DQ here. Ruscin and DQ with you throughout the program. So get in here and let's talk about this basketball team or baseball or whatever else is on your mind. Anything else weird may be happening? I have a TV show recommendation that I'm going to get to here in about 20 minutes or so. So we'll get to all that as we move forward here. DQ's got the poll question. So let's go check on those.
Yeah, your polls. Have you ever used the phrase, "we need to keep in touch"?
I don't think so, no.
70% of people said yes.
Wow.
30% said no. Someone said, I said yes, but I didn't mean it. I don't think I've ever said that.
Yeah, why do we need to stay in touch?
Do you have a TV in your bedroom? 80%
Yes.
of people said yes.
Yeah. I tried it, and I'm just going to watch TV in the living room, and the bedroom is going to be TV free. And that lasted about 2 months. I'm like, nope, that's not going to work for me. And I bought the crappiest. My God, this TV is so terrible. It's in my office now. But it's like the lag is terrible. Like you hit a button and then like 10 seconds later, it does the thing you told it to do.
Yeah.
It's a total piece of crap. But, I haven't been bothered to replace it yet with anything better. So
the TV in my room is really old, so it doesn't really connect to Wi-Fi anymore.
Oh.
But I got like the Amazon Fire Stick thing,
yeah.
And it works fine. So.
Cool.
For some reason, the TV doesn't connect to Wi-Fi, but the Amazon
But the Fire Stick
thing
does. Yeah.
I don't know why. And the TV remote has an insane lag and doesn't work half the time.
Yeah. What's weird is you'll see the little light like blink, like it's acknowledging the command, but then it won't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. All right. What else?
Did they pull you back in last night?
That's right.
69% of people said back in.
All right. Hey, you're back in. Welcome back.
31% of people said no, not back in.
You're not falling for it. Okay. I respect that too. Okay.
Have you ever chased a trash can down the street? 54% of people said yes.
Did you see this today?
No.
On Arapahoe, like every trash can is down. They're all down.
Okay, I did see that.
And we have I can say this because we're only on up here. We got like 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts today. It's wild. I saw like 3 or 4 billboards like just hanging on the billboard, like they got all pulled off. The vinyl got pulled off the billboard. So it's all dangling up there. Another reason to advertise the radio, by the way, just saying. Not going to happen here. 37-mile-an-hour gust right now, which is insane.
I do think the building is going to blow down.
If it survives today, we're good. And by the way, the squirrel is crawling around above the or whatever this varmint is crawling around above us. So if you see us like jump to our feet and leave, that's what's happened. The thing has finally crashed through the ceiling. And he was on. There's 2 fluorescent lights over here to my left. And I could hear him walking on those because, the back of those are metal. Mm-hmm. So I could hear like the ping, 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 ping on metal. And then he was gnawing on some piece of wood up here.
Yeah.
You think it's a cat.
Well, that would be awesome if it was a cat.
Wouldn't
and then a cat would crash down.
Yes, but wouldn't the cat know you're pro cat and have already come down here and scope things out?
Maybe it knows it's in a widely anti-cat territory.
That's right. This just has one pro cat person here. Surely there's some cat fans on the other side at the salon.
Yeah. I would really prefer if a cat crashed down from the ceiling than a squirrel. That's just my preference.
I would prefer it happen on camera so we could make it into a GIF and, all retire. That'd be great. If the cat landed right in your lap, start stroking its head, like the cat from Inspector Gadget, something like that. I don't know.
And LeBron scoring 50,000 points.
Oh, yeah. This thing.
Is this something or nothing? 53% of people said it's nothing.
Okay. They were showing the Phoenix game, and TNT put the Phoenix game in one box on the screen and then put the Laker game in another box to show LeBron score 50,000 points. And then, like, they showed it a little while after he had done it, too. And so I was noticing that there was some discussion on the internet, was this worth putting the split screen up during people were watching this other game? I don't know. Compiler. That's what I think.
I mean, I looked it up because he's had the second longest career in the NBA.
Well, no one else
22 years.
No one else has done this. 50,000 points either, I don't believe.
Yeah.
So he's one of one. It's a very lonely club. Be a club for people like us, DQ, just hanging out by ourselves, That wouldn't be too bad.
And those are your polls. Go touch grass.
All right. Abner saw a shopping cart lady tumbling down the street.
Oh,
that
no.
was unfortunate. Yeah, there's stuff flying everywhere. It's insane out there. I don't know what it's like where Abner is. It's like 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts up here today.
It's really bad. It's
Yeah.
like it affects your driving. It's so windy.
It does. That's right. Because we have high-profile vehicles. That's why.
Yeah.
It's harder to. You really got to lock in at 10 and 2 on those things. Because it's a struggle. All right. Glad to have you along here. We are coming to you on ESPN 99.5. The Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. BE in Clarksville, extra strength tape on the rugs today, fellas. That's the toupee tape or glue or whatever. There was this guy I used to work with that did the news. He was a reporter, and they let him fill in anchor one time on the morning show. And it was going to be a windy day like this. And he said on television, now granted, this is like 2006. He said on television, "Whoa, it's a skirt alert today, ladies."
Oh, my gosh. Did he get in trouble?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe he got a quick, hey, don't do that again.
Please don't say that.
But this, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was cringeworthy then. So imagine now.
And he was a villain?
Yeah.
And he just came up with that himself.
I guess so. Well, I don't know if he came up with it. He's probably heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have used that on television. Even on the third place morning show, it could have. And you didn't have video where things could go viral. Like we were recording the other newscast to like watch what they were doing. We were doing that on VHS tapes, so we didn't have this whole YouTube situation here.
I do like watching news anchor
bloopers. Yes, very good. I do too. And now they're like in the algorithm, so they'll be like best bloopers from January.
Yeah.
Best bloopers from 2024. And so I'm like, all right, you got me. Let's see what happened here. People still getting the giggles over weird names. Or that one where the drawing of the criminal looked like the guy that was reading the story on the news. That one.
I think one of my favorite ones is the news anchor interviewing these people who are running on the snow. And this woman was saying, "Oh yeah, snow is just so good on your joints. And it's so good to run on." And then the next clip is her slipping and falling on the ice and snow.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
The women's game is almost over.
It is over.
Oh,
and Georgia,
is it over on yours?
Yes. You don't want me to spoil it for you?
Oh, Okay, it's over now.
Okay, I can spoil it
on
for
my
you.
illegal YouTube stream.
That's right. Your Latvian YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Georgia beats Arkansas 79-74 in the SEC women's tournament, and Arkansas' season is over at 10-22.
They were leading that whole game.
They were. They didn't score much
in the last 4 minutes.
Final. That's right. Got it right here. They scored one bucket in the last 3:16.
Yeah.
And so that is that. That's they closed it on the wrong end of a 11-2 run in the final 3 minutes. So their season's over. Izzy went for 38.
Yeah.
Can't do much more than that.
That's just disappointing.
Why didn't she score 40, Paul? There's not much more you can do.
The thing about her and watching her play is that she is, I don't want to say easy to shut down from 3, but she can be guarded. And so teams really only prepare to shut her three-point shooting down.
Right.
And then she'll still go and get 25 just on 2s.
Yeah. Well, she got 30 on 2s today. She made 15.
Yeah.
And she only went 1 out of 2 from outside.
Yeah.
So 38 and 8. So their season is over, and Georgia will play Oklahoma tomorrow in the SEC tournament. And I don't get to say bon secours the rest of the week, which I'm bummed out about. I also had a little bit of a theory on, well, not a little bit of a theory. Like, I think Izzy got more attention by being left off of the All-SEC team than she would have been on the All-SEC team. It's like it kind of worked out better that way in terms of attention.
Yeah.
Because if she was on the team and somewhere like in the middle of the second team, I mean, no one would really care all that much. But it's like there's a loophole in the All-SEC selections where you could leave someone really good off, and it's kind of like a shadow MVP award because you're going to get so much attention. How could this happen?
It just doesn't make sense why you couldn't, because you can't even say, oh, well, it's because Arkansas's record was bad. Because despite Arkansas's record being bad, she still had that many points. Yeah. And they put a Georgia player on, and Georgia's record is not much better.
Right.
For sixth man of the year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing. I really thought they'd win.
Now, is she done?
She's a senior.
Oh, wow. That's it. Well, that is that'll wrap it up for the season for women's basketball.
Know. I mean, I'm assuming she wants to go to the draft. She is a lot smaller than you'd think. She's really short.
I was interested listening to you watch the game all day long because you were like in it. Like you were living and dying on every possession.
Me. There are
It's true.
It's frustrating.
I would hear from the other room and hear like, the sound from SEC Network and everything. So there you go. So that's it. All right, we'll be back with more. I got a TV recommendation here coming up. You can join us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Ruscin and DQ, back after this.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain? Or are things that used to be simple like walking the dog now difficult? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you. Like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Imagine a life without pain. No shots, no surgery, no medication. You've got nothing to lose but your pain. Stop in for a free fitting and test walk today and see what the Good Feet store can do for you. Visit us in Fayetteville or in Rogers. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
For over 45 years, Tanksley's Body Shop has been the trusted name in Northwest Arkansas for all your auto collision repair needs. Whether it's a minor dent or a major collision, Tanksley's skilled technicians will get your vehicle looking like new again. John, Mitch, and Arlene understand how important it is to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Visit them today in Springdale and see why generations of families have trusted Tanksley's for nearly half a century. Tanksley's Body Shop. We meet the nicest people by accident.
Hey y'all, it's Melinda at Fantasy Sports Cuts. It's time to step up to the plate and get a big league haircut at Fantasy Sports Cuts. Whether you're gearing up for the game or just need a fresh cut, our all-star stylist will have you looking like a champ. Kick back in our big comfy chairs, catch the game on our ATVs, and enjoy a cold beer or root beer while we handle the rest. Book online at fantasysportscuts.com or call us at 935-3116. Walk-ins are always welcome, but if you're on a tight schedule, we recommend booking ahead. Fantasy Sports Cuts, where every haircut is a home run. Located at Mission and Crossover in the Harp Shopping Center.
Mornings can be busy, but don't start your day on an empty stomach. Head over to Einstein Brothers Bagels, where every bite is a win. From fresh baked bagels and signature schmears to hot, savory breakfast sandwiches, Einstein Brothers has everything you need to fuel your day, whether you're headed to work, class, or just need a delicious pick-me-up. Feeding a crowd? Einstein Brothers also offers catering, perfect for the office or home. Visit today and grab your breakfast essentials. Einstein Brothers Bagels, where champions eat breakfast. Find your nearest location at einsteinbros.com.
Hey, it's Derek Ruscin, and I'll be live this Friday from 2 to 6 at Lewis Automotive Group. It's their ultimate challenge. 555 cars must be sold during March. Get the ultimate selection, ultimate savings, ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade. It's all going on now during the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive Group. I'll be there live Friday from 2 to 6 at their beautiful new facility located at Exit 65 off I-49 in Fayetteville. It's the Ultimate Challenge going on now at Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step and that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
If you're looking for the best Chicago-style pizza outside of the Windy City, you need to head to Cassano's. Every pizza is made from scratch with the freshest ingredients and served the way you want it. And while you enjoy that perfect slice, catch all the games. Cassano's is your premier sports bar with lots of TVs showing all your favorite teams. Your place for the best pizza, coldest drinks, friendliest service, local events, and entertainment. It's Cassano's Chicago-style pizza.
Happy hump day, everyone. I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall. It is an impact day, and that is because we have a wind advisory in place until noon. You can expect winds to gust 40 to even 50 miles an hour at times. Even with that sunshine coming back into play, it's going to stay feeling cold all day thanks to that wind. By lunchtime, we're going to still feel like we're in the 30s, and even though we top out in the upper 40s to low 50s, things will feel much cooler. Tomorrow morning, off to a very cold start, but then milder conditions await. With your Get Ready weather, I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall.
ESPN 99.5. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. Giving you the entertainment you deserve. Here's Ruscin and Zach.
All right, we're back here. 877-377-6963 on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. You can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on Twitch. I'm very proud to report, though, we have no viewers on Twitch right now. 0. So that makes me happy for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyway, we're on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch.
We have no viewers on Facebook right now.
No. We're not on Rumble. Maybe we should get on Rumble. See what happens there. I had a television recommendation for you. BE has recommended The Pit, which is the new hospital show on HBO and on Max with Noah Wiley, who, of course, was Dr. Carter on ER for like 20 years or something like that. Well, maybe not that long. 10 years. So he's got a new hospital show. called The Pit. Do you have an illegal Max stolen account?
Yes.
In there? Oh, you do. All right.
I do have access to Max.
Have you seen The Pit?
No.
Okay. I haven't either. But I have been watching this. It's a Fox program on Mondays called Extracted. Do you know about this show?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Extracted.
Extracted is fantastic. Okay.
It's good.
So here's the premise if you haven't seen Extracted. There is like teams of 3. And it's usually a person and then 2 family members or friends or whatever. And so they leave one person in the woods. And 2 people are back at the base. And there are cameras all over the woods, and they set up their own camera, and they have to survive in the wilderness. They have to build shelter, and then at various times, supplies are given, like a way to start fire, and they gave them some deer meat, some bread.
Yeah.
But it's all about the survival skills and everything. And the way it works is you can, if you can't go anymore, the 2 people at base go up. They dramatically put this card into a slot, and the button opens up, and you hit the button, and you're extracted. You're taken out of the woods.
And the survivor can't extract themselves.
No, it has to be the people back at the headquarters. And the winner gets what, $250,000? Is that what the prize is for all this? Yeah. Yeah. So, I think we lost 2 people on Monday night. Are you caught up by the way?
I'm not caught up.
Okay, I won't tell you any
The
more further.
only
It's
I've seen I think 3 episodes. So I saw the 18-year-old's parents, and you knew he was gonna be like the first one out, and I think he might have been.
Yes.
And
oh my God.
The
This
mom finally, because he's like a mama's boy.
Oh, it was
And
embarrassing.
The mom was worried, saying like, "Oh, if he says he wants out, then I don't think I'll be able to leave him." And then he finally says, "I want out," and she gets mad.
Not only did he say he wants out, but he was like cursing out his parents.
Yeah.
On the little camera in the woods, and was at one point he says, "This was." I've been quoting this for weeks now. This is not a request. And so he was totally showing his butt.
Yeah, I think
embarrassing his
parents got mad.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think he was the first one.
He was the first one out, but he was like this 18-year-old punk who's clearly had nothing difficult ever happen in his life. And at this point, they were in the woods a night.
Yeah.
He slept one night. And then you've got people that are drinking water out of the creek.
Yes.
And
so
guess what happens next? They get sick.
That's the other notable thing. So this woman her team is her fiance and her fiance's dad.
Right.
And she is kind of begging them
Yeah.
to extract her because she drank out of the lake.
Yeah.
And is getting sick.
Right.
And the fiance is saying, no, she's not getting extracted. I'm not doing it.
Can you imagine that? Yeah.
That would. A breakup is cheaper than a divorce. That's what I would do.
You know, do you do needlepoint? Because that's a great needlepoint that needs to hang up somewhere in somebody's house. A breakup is cheaper than a divorce. On that little circle thing,
Yeah.
you know?
It's horrible.
So, yeah, they left her out here. Well, I won't tell you,
Okay.
about that situation. But, yeah. And then there's the other things that happen is, okay, so you have to get supplies. And they send these crates out with supplies. So the people at headquarters have to give them supplies. So it's totally up to you what you decide that your person needs.
Mm-hmm.
One person was given 2 heaters, I believe.
The propane thing?
Yes. Like, what do you need 2 of these for? So someone naturally didn't get one.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many that can, and some people didn't get the fire starter thing. Oh, that was the other thing. The first supply thing was they gave someone 2 fire starters. So someone didn't get one. So they had to go without fire until the next day or whatever.
Yeah, and then there were a couple parents who I think the parents of the car racer guy, they whiffed it on his first supply drop. They didn't give him anything.
Nothing
because
useful, yeah.
They gave him maybe 2 or 3 items because they had packed all of their stuff in a bucket, and the bucket was too big.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't fit in the crate.
So
That's right. Yep,
frustrating
I remember
to
that.
watch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's on Hulu too, I guess.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
show.
it is.
So you can watch it, but it's on TV Mondays on Fox, and it's fantastic.
It's good. If you like survival shows, I think you'd like it.
I've never been into them, but this one is interesting because because the whiny kid on the first one, it got me into it. I'm like, well, how many more people are going to whine and not get their way, or then you're going to, you can't look away from that, because either the whiny person is going to learn a lesson the hard way, or the parents are going to be babies and bail them out of the situation. And you're watching this thing, and people are getting kind of ragged and all this stuff, and you realize they've been out there 4 days. It's not like they've been out there for a month. Yeah. Yeah, Abner is more of a fan, I believe, of Naked and Afraid, of the survival shows.
One.
I don't like that show either. I don't like that.
I especially don't like the part where they have to team up. They have to find the other person out there. I like when they're pretty much alone.
Yeah.
Because there is a show called Alone, and that one is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're I think they're in the woods in Vancouver or something doing this.
It's usually Canada.
Yeah. It's cheaper up there to
film stuff.
To make all this stuff. Yeah.
Or it's in the wilderness in Georgia somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's
great tax breaks.
Yeah.
We could do wilderness shows here if we could get the tax situation figured out for these TV shows.
County.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah. Survive Madison County.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
What are you doing up here, boy? Megan is watching us on Facebook. Megan texted in to Hog Reaction at midnight. She was there.
Good job, Megan.
That is a loyal friend and true to the Ruscin and Zach
Did you have
experience.
Any callers?
We had a couple callers.
Okay.
Yeah. One guy wanted to call in congratulating Zach on his play-by-play of the state tournament.
Okay.
He enjoyed listening to that. So, yeah, we had some calls. Sterling called in. So yeah, we did get some reaction on Hog Reaction besides me and Christian. All right. This is ESPN 99.5. And the Hit That Line Now app is brought to you by Taco Bell. If you have a spicy side, Taco Bell now has a menu to match. Taco Bell's new Caliente sauce, made with red jalapenos, is the spicy side of Cantina chicken. Try it today only at Taco Bell, at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability. And go to TacoBell.com. Or go to the Taco Bell app. They got a great app, too. All right. Ruscin and Zach, DQ and I here, holding it down.
A windy Wednesday out there. Hold on to your hats. I'm Brandon Evans. This is your 4029 News Update in 60 seconds. When bad weather strikes, emergency crews have to be ready to respond. But how does bad weather impact their response? We'll look at some of the adjustment crews have to make to ensure they're ready when you need them. In economic news, new tariffs are now in effect, so will that increase the price of things like groceries? We spoke to a U of A professor about the products most likely to be impacted. To sports, the Hardwood Hogs bounced back in a big way with a big win last night in Music City. We'll recap the victory over Vandy and check in with the Diamond Hogs to see if balls were flying out of the park as fast as the wind was blowing. And speaking of weather, after a busy couple of days, Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee says we'll soon get some relief, with winds calming down tonight and another warm-up not far behind. Although Darby does say people in some areas will wake up tomorrow to temps in the 20s. I'm Brennan Evans. Tune in tonight to 4029 News.
Don't let the winter bring you down. Warm up with Burton Pools and Spas. Beat the Winter Blues Hot Tub Sale. Right now, save up to $7,000 on Hot Spring Hot Tubs, the world's best-selling brand. Relax and enjoy more quality time with your family for as little as $54 a month. Say goodbye to the cold and hello to soothing hydrotherapy. Visit Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale, Greenland, Port Smith, or online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas. Water for a better life.
Hey, Arkansas fans. Tired of cooking, cleaning, yard work, home maintenance? Move to Pinnacle Grove Senior Living, where you'll have all of the fun, none of the chores. Pinnacle Grove's transitional senior living, offering independent living, assisted living, memory care, so residents can find the right fit for their needs. Located at 5520 West Northgate Road in Rogers. Contact Scott or Elena at 479-662-8183 for a Pinnacle Groves tour today.
Hey everyone, Braden Webb here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. You may remember me from my days playing baseball for the Hog. Now I'm hitting home runs for AAA Business Systems and enhancing the ways company do business in our area. If you want to partner with the best office technology provider in Northwest Arkansas, call me today at 479-442-4185. Let's win together, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
You're looking a little down in the dumps there, Coach. Well, I'll tell you there, Randy. I flushed my keys down the toilet. Now I've locked my keys in the car right over there. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to call Papa right here in Northwest Arkansas. You got that number there, Randy? Randy has 1,000 numbers, but the one you seek, my friend, is 479-444-9900. Papa Lock for the key moments in your life.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Sean Garrison in Rogers or Griggs Covington in Farmington.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could beat lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text RIP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text RIP to 42424. That's RIP to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey gang, Blake Young here with Wood Power Sports. Currently, we are overstocked on select Polaris, Honda, Kawasaki, and Can-Am product. If you're in the market for a new side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle, come see us soon. We're about to blow these out, and I can promise you they won't last long. Also, these products are high-demand products, not your typical on-sale stuff that no one wants. Our deals won't be beat, and your buying experience will be unmatched. We look forward to serving you. Wood Power Sports, solid name you can trust.
KAKS Goshen Fayetteville. This is ESPN Arkansas. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. Covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruskin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs. And the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
With DQ.
Kelsey finds a blank space for the score.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
Okay, here's an update on what's going on today. The women's basketball team lost in the SEC tournament to Georgia 79-74. Baseball team finished up game one with ULM with a grand slam. And now the second game is happening, and it's 2-1 ULM in the bottom of the second. That's about it, I guess, right? Yeah, that's about all. Arkansas beat Vanderbilt last night, men's basketball. There you go. Here's a text from Missouri. The squirrel is peeing and pooping all over the place up there. Talking about it on our ceiling. Gross. Wouldn't we smell that?
No.
No? Okay.
Unless it died in the ceiling.
That we would smell that.
Yeah. But we don't work in the ceiling, so.
Right. But we would smell that.
Yeah, if the squirrel died. And also, the squirrel is living up there, too. So maybe it does its business outside.
Yeah.
Because that's its home.
You don't crap where you eat. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But I've seen it outside and seen it go up there. So, yeah, they go outside. They, go to 10-100, 10-200, and then they go back up there. Keep warm. Okay. So there it is. I haven't heard him tap dancing, doing his Bill Bojangles Robinson impression in a little while. But earlier, before the show, he was, or she, I don't know. I don't know this girl's pronouns. It was up there, dancing up a storm. They were in one of those.
There have been some weird noises going on here lately.
Yeah. It got really loud yesterday in the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And I was concerned. This is the moment now where it's finally going to come crashing through.
I think it was yesterday morning. I heard this banging sound.
Oh, boy.
I guess by your office. I don't know what fell. I came in here and I couldn't find anything.
Oh.
But one of those noises I always think is the squirrel coming through the
Yeah.
ceiling.
Well, one of these days. These tiles are old. They can't hold up forever.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know how it hasn't already.
Yeah. Well, what's it weigh? Like 5 pounds? What's a squirrel weigh?
Not much. I bet
So
not 5 pounds.
All right. Texters, how much does a squirrel weigh? 877-377-6963.
Yeah. 1 to 2 pounds.
Okay. Well, that's why it
And
has
2 pounds is a big squirrel.
a fat squirrel. Okay. Then this thing must weigh up. I mean, it's just eating legumes. It's not like, they're having hamburgers up there,
Yeah.
fries. I don't know. What would be really funny is if it, and the only way that anything would be done about this is if it crashed in on sale. If it happens back here, nobody cares. But if it crashed up there, there would be a full-blown investigation. What's going on? How do we fumigate the whole building? Do we need to get one of those tents with chemicals or something? Like, what do we need to do? If it happens back here and they don't, we'll open the door, let it out. That's all it would be. That's all that would happen back here. All right. We were talking about Extracted earlier. I've got another thing I want to talk about later in the hour. I got one of these mail-in offers, an offer in the mail that seems too good to be true, but I'm almost about to fall for it. So we can talk.
A scam?
I don't know if it's a scam or not. I don't know. Greg texting in, don't fat shame the squirrel. Oh, no one would do that. We would never do that. We don't even know what to
I don't think people fat shame animals.
No.
It's usually the
Just-
fatter the animal, the cuter the animal.
Just they fat shame your cat though.
Besides my cat, she is the exception.
They have done that.
It was a bad photo. Bad angle
Yeah.
of the main one that gets
Well,
passed around.
You know what happens here? I can say this because he's not listening. We have a dog who's a little bit heavier than she needs to be. I will never, ever, ever send in a picture to either one of you.
Okay.
Because the same thing will happen. Oh, what's going on here? Oh.
Protect your dogs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it sugar?
How'd you know that?
I was just guessing. I had a 50-50
We had a 50-50 chance. Yeah. I tried to walk her once because I'm like, this would be good. We'll go for a walk. One lap around the neighborhood.
Yeah. Did that kill her?
No. She was. You put the harness on, And then she ran to the back of the house. She was not having any of it.
Mhm.
Like, okay, well, we're not walking today. I think we need to start out slow and like walk around the backyard.
Yeah.
And then we'll graduate to, because all they know is going out the front of the house. They're either going to the doctor or the groomer, and they don't like either. So if we went outside in the backyard, maybe we could get some training in before we graduate to the big block. But yeah, she was not feeling it, so that didn't happen. But she likes being outside. It's the other one that is always, when they go outside, the other one will like start barking after like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Ready to come back in. And then 2 minutes later, they want to go outside again. And it's like, well, if you would just like be out there, we'd leave you out there as long as you want.
Yeah. My parents' dog, Winston, he's an English bulldog.
Yes. Big boy.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's very dense.
He's dense.
Because he's very small, but he weighs a lot.
Wow.
But they don't trust him to be left alone in the house. So his room, they call it his room, is our laundry room.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And so my dad has trained him pretty well, and because he sleeps in the laundry room too, and he'll just say, "Winston, go to your room," and he'll do it.
He'll do it.
But whenever they get home from work, they'll let Winston out for a little while, and he'll just sit in the back porch, looking in on them from like the glass window. Just waiting. But he's a lot. My dad has to tire him out, and it probably takes like 30 minutes to get him worn out. He's an excitable dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Our dogs are in the laundry room too. And when we had the tornado, like we were in the laundry room with them. So I'm sure they were like, what is happening here? Why are you sitting in the floor with us? This is not usual. And I don't know what time is, but I'm pretty sure this is not the time you're supposed to be in here, or if ever. We're usually asleep. What is going on? But, that's the middle of the house. That's where we hung out during the tornado with them. They got new beds recently. Their beds were getting kind of tore up.
Yeah.
So we got them some new beds. So they're nice. Big plush thing. So they're doing all right. They have good lives.
I want to get Mia a bed, but I don't want to buy one if she's not going to use it.
Right.
And that's the thing cats are kind of famous for, is you buy them things and they refuse to use it.
Yeah. These dogs don't. My wife calls them purely ornamental because they don't do anything.
Mhm.
Like you roll a ball and they just watch, and they're like, "What am I supposed to do with that?" Like they don't fetch or generally do anything. So you can't go out in the yard and just throw the ball around and wear them out. Does Winston fetch?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
there
you go.
He loves to fetch. He has this huge toy basket, but he's always obsessed with just one toy at a time.
That's how it is. Yep.
And he'll get like noticeably sad if he loses it or destroys it. Yeah, he loves to fetch. Mia will bring her worm on a stick to me.
Yeah.
And lay it down in front of me, and then when I pick it up, she will run away.
Oh.
Like I don't know what this game is to her, but she meows and meows and meows, and then will give me the worm on the stick and then not use it.
Okay. Yeah, occasionally the dogs will bring their toys in. It's also funny when they take them from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll just be sitting there, and then all of a sudden, one will decide, well, I want the other one now.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's rude, but they don't care or know what rude is. So
Has the one dog always been fat since you've known her?
she's bigger. I wouldn't call her fat necessarily.
Okay.
But she is
Because,
she's larger.
I mean, I've never seen these dogs, but I saw them on your wedding cake.
Yeah.
And they looked about the same size.
Yeah.
The cake designer made them the same size.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we weren't allowed to have dogs at the wedding venue. So the first wedding tchotchke, if you will, that we had was she found an artist somewhere on the internet that made miniature like clay ones that we put by the cake.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we still have those. And if I had like a normal like TV desk, I would put them on the desk here.
Yeah.
But, you can't see my desk on camera, so it doesn't really. I brought this up last night. I could take these to work. She's like, yeah, but we don't want to break them. I'm like, that's a good point. They would get broken here. But we take care of our stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody's blown anything up with the dynamite plunger yet. So
I don't think we've actually ever broken anything in the studio.
I don't think so. Except my chair.
Except 3 of your chairs.
3 of my
2
chairs.
of your chairs.
2 chairs? I've gone through 2 chairs.
So there's that one. There's the one in the prod room.
That's busted, yeah.
There's this one that I'm sitting on, which isn't broken.
Okay, so that's 1 broken.
There's definitely been another chair.
Well, there was the cheap chair that they left behind that was already broken, I think.
Okay.
Which is why I got the chair you have.
Okay.
And then I don't know why I got this chair. I don't know.
Do you remember the red chairs that y'all had?
Yes.
Those were elite.
Those were
I miss them.
red chairs. Wait, were those the good red chairs or the bad the
good ones that were here when I got here and then were taken?
Oh, yeah, those were nice. Those were very nice chairs.
And movable.
Yeah. They're probably at the new headquarters for your favorite coffee down the road here, where those chairs ended up at the end of the day.
Or at Kemple Hall or something.
Yeah. That's probably where they ended up. Let's see here. Arturo says he spilled spot remover on the dog and now can't find the dog. That's a Stephen Wright joke. Stephen Wright. And I delivered it about like Stephen Wright would, with that kind of deadpan delivery. Sheldon had his 2 dogs in his wedding. So there you go.
Dogs weren't allowed at your wedding?
They're not allowed in the venue, no.
Interesting.
No.
That was a big place.
Yeah. It's a nice place, though.
Yeah.
They don't want dogs crapping everywhere. Or on the grounds or all that stuff. So I guess that was the rule. I don't know. All right. Well, this is Ruscin and Zach, DQ and I here, loitering on the airwaves of ESPN 99.5. You can send us a text or a call on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. Well, all 4 of the Bella Vista POA restaurants, all 4 of them are open to the public, just like golf. BV 65, Lake Point, BV Bar and Grill, and Highlands Pub and Patio, all open to the public. Check out BV 65, a new barbecue restaurant in Bella Vista. And Lake Point is now a casual place for good food and lake views. Come for the food and stay for the views. Go to BellaVistaPOA.com for all the info. Check out these restaurants open to the public in Bella Vista.
How do you think the recruits going to feel if there's a radio show that just slamming our program?
ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC, BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Le dije, vamos a hacer maldades. Vuelvo yo te traje. Pago ya el mahones si no baila pa' que sale. Aquí están mis anormales. Tú mueves ese nalga. Esto es pa' las nenas nuevas, pa' los nenes, pa' la piel.
It's back, the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive, and it's bigger than ever. We're on a mission to sell 555 vehicles in the month of March, no matter what it takes. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back. All month long, get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models.
Payments start at $199 a month.
Find the ultimate selection, the ultimate discounts, the ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade. Only at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN.
Hope Road in Rogers. The Teague Law Firm has 30 years of experience in Northwest Arkansas. Robert and James will make sure you're taken care of. Sometimes families have disputes just like baseball teams. You need someone in your bullpen to help with guardianships, adoption, and child support. That's why you have the Teague Law Firm. Ruscin and Zach Show, Thursday, March 6th from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Teague Law Firm Grand Opening, 4201 West New Hope Road in Rogers.
Listeners are always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. Hey, they want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. Hey, if you're wondering if you are a good candidate, let's see if you answer yes to any of these questions. Hey, first question, is the quality of your life impacted by chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints? Trouble sleeping, walking, or just day-to-day movement? Next, do you want to avoid surgery and all the pain, the long recovery, and the uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing the things you love because joint pain is holding you back? If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you'd be a great candidate. So please don't wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for your free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Call 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics in Northwest Arkansas.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Get your yard game ready with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Ego has nearly 200,000 5-star reviews from homeowners like you. Ego delivers the power of gas, but without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Best of all, Ego 56-volt arc lithium batteries are universal, so they fit all 90 tools. Power your yard, power your tailgate, power your life. Learn more at egopowerplus.com.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
ESPN 99.5.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. It's Ruskin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
Arkansas women's basketball season comes to an end. 79-74, Georgia beats them today at the SEC tournament in Greenville, South Carolina. Izzy goes for 38 in 39 minutes of action. And Arkansas season will end. Georgia will play Oklahoma tomorrow in the SEC tournament. Arkansas's men beat Vanderbilt last night by a final score of 90-77. And they are sitting at 7-10 in the league, currently the 11th seed. But according to the ESPN Arkansas projections, after Saturday's action, they'll either be the 12 or the 9. I don't think they'll be sticking at this 11 spot. I was looking at the different permutations and combinations, and I think that's where they end up. 12 or the 9. I don't know if they stay at the 11. Also, there's more action in tonight's action, by the way, in the SEC does not impact anything. They'll still be at the 11 seed going into Saturday's game in the SEC tournament, looking to go higher. We know they'll definitely play Wednesday, and it looks like it'll be a day game on Wednesday.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. Because if they're the 9, they'd play at noon. And if they're the 12, they'd play at like 2:30. If they're the 11 seed, they play at like 9 o'clock at night. Again. No bueno. I'm not doing that again. Not for a while anyway.
So
that was rough.
We want them to be the 9?
The 9 or the 12.
So we want
or
them
the 13,
to
but
win.
I think so.
Or possibly lose.
I don't know what we want.
Okay.
I think if they win, they could move up to the 9, which would be fun.
And then they would play at 2:30?
They play at noon Wednesday if they're the 9 seed. If they're the 12, they play at 2:30. 12 and 13 play at 2:30. 9 plays 16. So they'd get South Carolina again. Possibly. Yeah. There's still a chance LSU could be the 16. That's not locked up.
If they play South Carolina again, they won't let what happened.
They'll score more than 14 in the first half.
They won't let what happened the other day happen again.
God, let's hope not. That would be even more embarrassing. But tonight's games in the league, and again, it doesn't change where they're going to be, but these are some games, though. ESPN 2, number 5, Florida, number 7, Alabama. Number 15, Missouri at Oklahoma on a SEC Plus. Because the women's tournament is on the SEC network, which is why there were 3 men's games on TV last night, because they couldn't get any on today because of the women's tournament coverage. And number 4, Tennessee's at Ole Miss tonight on ESPN2. So, decent stuff. It'd be big if Ole Miss could beat Tennessee. I'd feel a little better about their standing in life, although I think they're a lock right now to go to the tournament. So, There's your rundown. And everybody plays Saturday. And the last game of the conference season is Oklahoma at Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It should be Alabama at Auburn, but it's not going to be. They play at 1:30 on Saturday. Saturday. All right. Now the poll questions with our own DQ.
Your polls. LeBron scoring 50,000 points.
Right.
Is it something or nothing? 54% of people said nothing.
Wow. More than half.
Have you ever chased a trash can down the street? 53% of people said yes.
I could have also asked, has a trash can ever chased you down the
Yeah.
street, but I didn't.
Someone replied and said no, I'll get it when it hits an obstruction.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Wait till it stops moving
yeah,
and
just
pick
wait.
it up.
You don't chase it. Did they pull you back in last night? They being Arkansas.
Yeah.
66, but this has gone down. 66% of people said yes.
Oh, it's going down though.
Do you have a TV in your bedroom? 80% of people said yes. That was the only way I was going to watch a 9 p.m. basketball game is having a TV in my room. And have you ever used the phrase, we need to keep in touch?
No.
70% of people said yes.
I don't want to keep in touch.
And those are your polls. Go touch grass. I didn't watch pretty much the entire first half last night because it wasn't on. It was on
Plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
none of
we
the
had to wait on the
illegal-
Mississippi State game day. And
Yeah.
we went to overtime.
I watched all of the overtime of the Texas game because the illegal YouTube streamers don't have SEC Plus, I guess.
Those jerks, those illegal streamers, bootleggers, what they are.
I mean, there are multiple. If you don't have ESPN or SEC Plus or SEC Network, I mean, there's pretty much a good chance you can get it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little tidbit.
And we don't condone this activity, of course.
Yeah. It's so funny how they work around it. You can tell that they're like perfecting their craft as the seasons go on.
Like, wait a minute, like the team, like they have to gel and improve with each week, and then in March they're like in peak form.
To not get caught, I guess. And I'm guessing, I don't know if I'll be able to watch any of the actual NCAA tournament games because those are super strict. With
they're pretty
copyright stuff.
They're pretty strict on them. Yeah.
But it's just funny how they get around it. So sometimes they don't play the commercial breaks because that's the thing that'll get them flagged. Or sometimes, every so often, this guy will get on a mic and you can hear him talking. And I'm thinking that something about the sound being disrupted is keeping it from being detected.
Don't they like flip the image so it's backwards? So it doesn't get.
No.
Oh, okay.
Some streamers do have to do goofy stuff like that. The women's basketball game I was watching, one of it had to put on the live chat on the screen, so I switched to another one, and then that one had its sound all distorted, so I had to just watch it on mute. They're getting around it.
I guess so.
And they're getting around it with football. Yeah. I think it'll be a lot more strict with the March Madness, though. Maybe.
Yeah, they probably have a team of people that are just out there.
They do get shut down sometimes.
Yeah. Then you just have to find another one?
I don't know, because sometimes when you go to the YouTube stream, it's a completely other video, so you think, okay, they knew they were about to get shut down, so they switched it to something else, like them doing something. I don't know. It's really bizarre. But I don't have ESPN, so
well, you got to do what you got to do then. Oh, wow. Yeah, next year, I volunteer Arkansas to play in the 5 o'clock game on triple header Tuesday, not the 9 o'clock game.
Was that bad for you?
It wasn't my favorite thing of all time. It's not great.
I wonder if Christian had to get to work early.
I don't know.
He probably did.
Yeah, probably. Well, he probably had to stay and cut all those highlights. He probably didn't leave till 3 anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's rough.
Yeah. That's crazy. Make him come in at 5:30 the next day and run the...
Yes.
Really cracking down. Tough. It's tough out there. Oh, good grief. Let's see here. Bob and Branson pointing out LeBron has scored more points than Michael Jordan and Bulls legend Ed Neely combined. Yeah, no one scored more than he. But you know what? Michael still got 6, and LeBron doesn't have 6 rings. So that ain't changing. Not changing. I really hope the Lakers don't win it this year. And they're threatening to be good, which I don't like at all. Don't like that at all.
Isn't Dallas falling apart?
Dallas is falling apart. So they
got cursed.
Yes. LeBron only has 4, by the way. And one of them's in the bubble, so do we really count that? Let's give him 3.5. All right. let's be totally fair about this. No, Dallas is okay, so I would love to be in. There are sports teams that just make crazy decisions, and you just love to be in on the thought process of what they were going on, what was going on here. So they trade away the most popular player since Dirk Nowitzki, who won a title there. And apparently they didn't think people would get that mad about it.
Yeah.
And they did. So then they get Anthony Davis. He goes down in the first game that he plays. He hasn't been back since. And then on Monday, Kyrie Irving, who's actually been behaving himself and being, a model citizen and not being a maniac for the first time in his career. ACL, done. So, yeah, they are. These are the kinds of things. I know this is professional sports, and there may not be a ton of interest in this, and maybe can't totally relate to this, but these are the types of decisions that take 10 to 15 years for people to get over. People stay big mad about stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Somebody was bringing up in the 90s, there was this really popular player, Dominique Wilkins, with the Atlanta Hawks. Same deal. They traded him. And 20-some-odd, 30 years later, there's still, Hawks fans that are not happy that the team traded away Dominique Wilkins in the 90s. But even this ownership group, still people are big mad about it. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's it has not been a good month or so for the Dallas Mavericks. And I don't want LeBron to win it. But that might happen. That's the extent of my NBA coverage. About once every 2 weeks, I'll check the standings to see what's going on. That's about it. Not watching tape or anything. All right. Good to have you on board here. The Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. How you can be a part of the festivities. Okay. With us now. It's going to work.
You want me to do it?
I got it. It's not dragging over for some reason. Or my computer's lagging. One or the other. What a surprise. The Wi-Fi's not working. All right, you do it. We have a special guest.
Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And we sang as we sat and waited by the billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
We're also going to play this when Brent Iredale does stuff for the basketball team, or the baseball team, because he's from Sydney. Peter, what's going on?
Not much, Derek.
I figured I'd call in because Zach clearly is slacking, and it's just left you high and dry. How's it been going with you and DQ?
It's going well. It's going well.
Oh, good.
Are people in Australia all excited about the start for Mr. Iredale's season with the Razorbacks down there?
Yeah, we are actually. They put up something on Facebook of him hitting a home run, and they put the caption of that went all the way to Australia, and I just put as a comment, "Ouch."
Yeah.
No laugh. So.
Yeah, he hit one on Tuesday that went
I think it's
427, I think, into the hog pen. It was quite the shot.
Yeah. It was a hell of a bomb, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
That was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Hey, you guys were talking about salubrious streaming sites to get all your sport
Yes.
because DQ's never pays for anything. So the ESPN Australia, we stream the whole March Madness, even though it's CBS, all on ESPN.
Right. Yeah.
Legally, which is great. So DQ, if you get a VPN, talk to Zach about that. I'm sure I can give you my login details to get it down under. But the other thing, too, so there's some weird things that do happen. So the Super Bowl, when it's here, it's all an ESPN production
Right.
for the international viewers. Very weird because we don't get the ads, which is half of the entertainment, really. But when it comes to YouTube streams and trying to circumnavigate some of the ways of getting around things, my favorite is there will be someone in the bottom right-hand corner, like a YouTube streamer or something, who just puts their face. And it's just them just on a computer, not doing anything.
Yes.
But it's just enough that the algorithm's just like, oh, he's just clearly just, live streaming an event, but it's not sports related. And it could just be some kid in Ho Chi Minh City or something, just sitting there, just, playing, I don't know, Among Us. So he's just, and that's the way that they get around it. They're very clever, very, very clever.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, DQ, before you said, where on earth are you? I was going past a bunch of buses heading into work to allegedly save lives. So, hey, you guys looking forward to the rest of the basketball season?
Yeah, I think people are curious again. I don't know if they're ready to be hurt again from an emotional standpoint, but they're at least curious after what happened against Vanderbilt, which I guess occurred. You were watching that in the middle of the day, I guess.
Yeah, I was actually playing it at work.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just as I was finishing work for the day, it still hadn't finished, which was really weird because it was 4 p.m. So that doesn't happen too often. The only other time that's happened was that there was a regional against Missouri State or something back in 2015 or 16
Yes.
that went to like 3 a.m.
Yes.
And it was 5 p.m. here for the day like crazy. So it was perfect prime time for us to watch Van Horn yell at someone. So
Now,
it was amazing.
we have the time change this weekend? Do you change the clocks this weekend in Australia?
Ours get changed, I think, in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
Just to confuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got the half-hour time zone here, which is annoying. But it is what it is. Anyway, I have to run.
Okay.
I have to head into work, but you guys have a great night and stay safe.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Good to hear from you. Peter in Australia. Fan of Brent Iredale, who is thriving with the Razorback baseball team from Sydney, Australia. Currently, as of this recording, hitting .395 this year for Arkansas with 3 home runs. So, not bad. I'm looking forward to, I don't know if I talked about this on the air or not, but I'm looking forward to the people who don't know anything on the internet that are talking about the international flavor with the baseball team, and they mentioned the Aloys.
Yeah, the Hawaii.
Because Hawaii is still in the United States.
Yeah.
Not exactly international.
I already saw something about that.
Really?
The other day.
We've already hit that point, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. They're not international players. They're from the United States. Crying out loud. Oh. One of them at the time of this recording, DQ, The new one.
The brother.
Yes.
I mean, they're both brothers. But
Yeah. Kuhio is hitting 576, which is nuts. But Hiva's hitting 367, who was here last year. So, again, that's at the time of this recording, whenever that may be.
Whenever you might be hearing.
Whenever you might be hearing this, right. I mean, you could be listening to a podcast, 3 weeks from now. Like that guy in Memphis who's always behind. Could be that. That's what it could be. Yeah. All right. It is 19 minutes until the hour here on ESPN Arkansas, ESPN 99.5, and we'll come back with more. I'm thinking about taking up an offer that I got in the mail. One of these, hey, you could say blah, 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 blah. I want to vet it past you people.
Yeah, let's talk about your scam.
I want to vet it past you people first because, I trust you people. So we'll talk about that when we return.
Your newest bad habit continues next. This is Ruskin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on the Hit That Line Now app.
It's back, the ultimate challenge at Lewis Automotive, and it's bigger than ever. We're on a mission to sell 555 vehicles in the month of March, no matter what it takes. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back. All month long, get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models.
Payments start at $199 a month.
Find the ultimate selection, the ultimate discounts, the ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade.
Only at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
Electrical work can be dangerous. Don't let a do-it-yourself mistake lead to a bigger problem. Mr. Sparky's highly trained electricians can handle all of your electrical needs, guaranteeing that your job will be completed safely and within code compliance. Trust the experts at Mr. Sparky. We'll leave your home even safer than we found it. And all of our work is 100% guaranteed.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Start the weekend at Indigo Sky Casino. Fridays from 6 to 10 p.m. Play for your chance to win up to $10,000 cash. All month long, play for your chance to win over $1 million in total cash and Go Rewards prizes. Come, stay and play at Indigo Sky Casino, the area's premier gaming destination. Live weekend entertainment, luxurious hotel suites, and so much more. Experience the Indigo Sky difference. Highway 60 west of Seneca, Missouri. IndigoSkyCasino.com for details.
Get your yard game ready with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Ego has nearly 200,000 5-star reviews from homeowners like you. Ego delivers the power of gas, but without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Best of all, Ego 56-volt arc lithium batteries are universal, so they fit all 90 tools. Power your yard, power your tailgate, power your life. Learn more at egopowerplus.com.
Let Sassy's Barbecue cater your next event or watch party. Sassy's had some of the best pulled pork, brisket, smoked chicken, award-winning smoked wings, and baby back ribs there is. And to make the crowd go wild, don't forget Sassy's great homemade sides like mac and cheese, baked beans, and loaded baked potato salad. If you can't make the game, come watch the Hogs at Sassy's Red House on College or on the biggest TV in Fayetteville on Sassy's Patio off Weddington. When it comes to barbecue, catfish, burgers, and more, nobody does it better than Sassy's. Eat, drink, and be sassy.
Spring is finally here, and so are spring projects. So get them started at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. This weekend, save on products like pressure washers for $69.99, 42-inch roller cabinets for under $500, plus 30% off Hercules corded power tools. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 3/9/25 while supplies last. Limitations apply, so spring in before it's over.
Sign Studio is the source for complete visual marketing. So don't let the name fool you. They're not just signs. Sign Studio is your all-encompassing partner for advertising success. Need a logo? They'll design it. Want it printed on pens, cards, banners, or even tablecloths? Sign Studio will do it. What are you waiting for? Kickstart your brand with Sign Studio's custom products today. Visit yoursignstudio.com or call them at 479-250-4844. Hey, it's Derek Ruscin, and I'll be live this Friday from 2 to 6 at Lewis Automotive Group. It's their ultimate challenge. 555 cars must be sold during March. Get the ultimate selection, ultimate savings, ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade. It's all going on now during the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive Group. I'll be there live Friday from 2 to 6 at their beautiful new facility located at exit 65 off I-49 in Fayetteville. It's the Ultimate Challenge going on now at Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Hello, folks. I'm Chief Meteorologist R.B. Bobby, the 4029 Get Ready Weather Forecast. Well, after an incredibly windy day and a cold one at that, we are going to see the winds start to calm down a little bit as we go into the night. By tomorrow morning, totally calm, but totally cold, too. Waking up to temperatures in the mid-20s for our Thursday morning. As we get into Thursday afternoon, it warms up a little bit for us. High temperatures back up around 60 with partly cloudy skies. Even warmer for Friday with high temperatures back in the low 70s under mostly sunny skies. That's your Get Ready Weather only on 4029.
ESPN 99.5. The most influential show in Arkansas. This is Ruskin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
All right, back here at ESPN 99.5. You know, we heard Darby do the weather there, and I felt bad yesterday because, you know, the storms were happening in the morning, and I had the TV on, and, like, all the computers were screwing up on 4029 during the weather. They were trying to do all this stuff, and there were clearly gremlins in the system. So I felt bad because, you know, like, you have to be, like, television. Oh, we'll see what's going on here. But you're, like, on the inside going, you know.
Do you think Darby yells at people off air?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think he has a bad side?
I don't know. Was Darby ever yell at anybody? Question.
I don't know if he would.
No.
He doesn't seem like he would. And he's not the news director, so it wouldn't be his job to have to yell.
I don't think he has the demeanor.
I don't think he does either.
I don't think so. But what is yelling? Like, I've heard him, like, in the middle of something happening in the weather, like, calling out, like, what he wants to happen. You know, take this camera, look at this. Remember when the tornado was coming here?
Yeah.
We had him on? But was that yelling?
No, that's not yelling. Like, you would know it in his voice.
Okay.
It would have a bit of anger or annoyance in it.
No. It'd be great if they were listening over there and we could find out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they are. Probably watching a ball game like everybody else is. For whatever reason. We got to work on this. Now, remember, they don't take our suggestions on Guyman texted us in here. If the Alloy brothers go back-to-back home runs, what do we call it? Remember, they don't take our suggestions here. They feel like they have to come up with their own stuff. Because, you know, it'd be hacked to take our stuff. But I don't know. We can work on that. We can put people to work on that. Our top people on that. I don't know what we'll call it. Can you imagine? Abner's trying to picture Darby's voice yelling. It would get really high. It'd be strange.
I don't know. I don't think I bet he hasn't yelled.
Yeah. He's not a yeller. He's not a yeller. I yell. Not often. You know, though, I think this may be the last time I yelled. It wasn't here. It was at the morning show.
At someone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who?
The guy producing the show. I had to run in the other room during a break and put something together. So I don't think he knew this. But I've got the clock on the screen, so I know, like, how much time I have.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, you got 15 seconds. You got 10 seconds. And finally, I'm like, I know how much bleeping time there is. I could see it in here. But it was just like the stress of doing what I was trying to do.
Yelling at him?
No, it didn't. But, it was a different time. It was, 2018 or whatever, 2017. Anyway, but the stress of like trying to do what I was going to do and then being like nagged about the time that I knew I had plenty of time to walk to the other room and sit down and start the show again. That was I yelled about that. I don't know. Oh, I've yelled at Zach a few times.
When?
Okay, here's one thing I thought of just now. Like, we would have somebody on, like a guest. And then the thing that bothers me to no end is like, okay, I want to ask them these two things. And they're like, by the way, they said we can't talk about these two things. Like, I find that offensive for whatever reason. Like, you're going to come in here and we can't ask the thing everybody wants to ask you about? That's stupid. We should not even do it. But then eventually I calmed down, and that's that. But
Oh, so you're not yelling at Zach.
I've yelled at him before.
Okay.
Maybe at them through him. I don't know. I have definitely done that before. I remember saying that.
Okay.
Where I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the situation. And then I've yelled. You've never yelled at it. I mean, you yell at him on the air, but
No.
he kind of deserves it, though.
No, and I've never been yelled at here. I've just been sternly talked to by Zach sometimes.
A stern talking to.
Yeah. And every time I cry.
No, really?
Yeah. Did he tell you last week?
No.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
I was sure he would have told me.
Wait a minute. You cried last week?
Last week.
What happened?
There was one of your commercials, the sound was weird.
Oh, wow.
It showed up missing.
Oh, yeah.
This is very technical. There were some missing things that
it's inside baseball.
weren't one of them was kind of my fault, but I forgot. And then yours was the sound wasn't working, so I couldn't know that was going to go wrong.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then Zach
too.
calls me mad. Like, Zach calls me and he's mad. And it's before I even got here.
Oh.
And so I was already worked up over that. Yeah. And then I cried for a while.
I've never cried about this job since 2008.
Really?
No.
I probably have multiple times.
Never.
One time Candace made me cry.
Well.
Not because of something she did, but the situation was frustrating. Zach's made me cry a few times. One time something Christian did made me cry because it made me so mad.
Unbelievable.
I get really frustrated. It's not really it is a me problem.
Wow. Well, when we come back, DQ has thoughts on something. I don't know what they are. We'll find out together on the other side of 4 o'clock. Then at 5 o'clock, I'm going to visit with Andrew Hutchinson from Best of Arkansas Sports because we need some legitimate sports this week with all this stuff going on, so we've turned to Hutch for that. Legitimate sports with Hutch at 5 o'clock with the basketball team winning and baseball doing its thing. So we'll talk to him at 5 o'clock. Stay right where you are here on ESPN 99.5 from the Crane Automotive Team Studio. We'll be right back.
A windy Wednesday out there. Hold on to your hats. I'm Brandon Evans. This is your 4029 News Update in 60 seconds. When bad weather strikes, emergency crews have to be ready to respond. But how does bad weather impact their response? We'll look at some of the adjustment crews have to make to ensure they're ready when you need them. In economic news, new tariffs are now in effect, so will that increase the price of things like groceries? We spoke to a U of A professor about the products most likely to be impacted. To sports, the hardwood Hogs bounced back in a big way with a big big win last night in Music City. We'll recap the victory over Vandy and check in with the Diamond Hogs to see if balls were flying out of the park as fast as the wind was blowing. And speaking of weather, after a busy couple of days, Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee says we'll soon get some relief, with winds calming down tonight and another warm-up not far behind. Although Darby does say people in some areas will wake up tomorrow to temps in the 20s. I'm Brennan Evans. Tune in tonight to 4029 News.
Looking for the perfect way to invest in yourself or treat someone special? Image Medical and Aesthetics has an incredible offer. Right now, get your first month of GLP-1 semaglutide injections free when you purchase a 2-month supply at our special discounted rate. That's 3 months of weight loss support for the price of 2. With spring break and lake season just around the corner, now's the time to look and feel your best. Call Image Medical and Aesthetics today at 479-800-0011 to learn more.
Gentry Public Schools is entering the new year and second semester with excitement, especially in their athletics programs. With dedicated student athletes and supportive coaches, Gentry Public Schools is proud of the hard work and sportsmanship shown on and off the field. Their excellent staff, modern facilities, and incredible students make them proud every day. Stay connected by visiting their website and following them on social media for updates on everything happening at Gentry Public Schools.
Sterling Bank is your community bank. Sterling Bank values their role in Northwest Arkansas and works hard to make our community stronger each day. They're invested in relationships that go beyond banking. They're your friends and neighbors, and know that when we support each other, the whole community wins. If you're looking for a bank that offers top-notch customer service and a complete menu of products that make your banking experience pleasant and productive, visit them in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville. Sterling Bank, local friendly banking made to fit you. Member FDIC.
Cassano's Chicago-style pizza brings you the happiest of happy hours. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, with $1 off drafts, well liquor, and wine. Cassano's happiest hour from 5 to 6 with $1 short domestics and $2 tall domestics. Don't forget, $15 domestic buckets all day, every day at Cassano's. Your premier sports bar showing all your favorite teams. The place for the happiest hour, weekdays at 5. It's Cassano's Chicago-style pizza.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottage at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottage at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
All rise. Hey, sports fans, whether you're tailgating or cheering from the stands, life can throw you some unexpected challenges. That's where Jeff Watson at the Watson Law Firm comes in. Since 1982, Watson Law Firm has been the trusted partner for all of your legal needs right here in Northwest Arkansas. From personal injury to family law, their experienced team has got your back. Don't let a legal issue sideline you. Call Jeff Watson, 479-750-7717, or visit watsonlawfirmpa.com. Protecting your rights one game at a time. Watson Law Firm, where experience meets dedication.
Your old or broken phone can let you down when you need it most. Perfect. But at Verizon, trade in any old phone from our top brands and get the most for it, up to $2,000 in value, for an amazing new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and a new line on My Plan, and iPad and Apple Watch Series 10. That's like a 3-for-1. And you can get it on any plan. At Verizon, trade in your old phone for a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, iPad, and Apple Watch. The other guys won't give you that. Visit Verizon.com today. Additional terms apply. Service plan required for Apple Watch and iPad. Up to $2,000 value based on iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
KAKS Goshen Fayetteville. This is ESPN Arkansas. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruskin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs. And the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
With DQ.
Kelsey finds a blank space for the score.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
We're back here on ESPN 99.5 today. Good to have you with us from the Crane Automotive Team studio. It is Ruskin and Zach. We've got a lot going on here. Andrew Hutchinson coming up at 5 o'clock for some legitimate sports talk radio stuff for you coming up. In the meantime, what do you think? Are you back in with basketball after last night's victory over the Vanderbilt Commodores? Or do styles make fights and it was not indicative of where they're going, and they'll regress back to the form against Mississippi State, who's a larger team on Saturday? Will they be able to score 48 paint points against Mississippi State? That was a big part of it. Huge part of it last night. How do you keep Trevin Brazile at that level? That's another challenge that John Calipari is trying to figure out. Because he's the other way more than he is the way he was last night. So has it all been put together for him for a stretch run here in March? And what could be his final, he's still got eligibility left, but he could leave if this month goes well, and he can parlay that into something else. You can text us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, or you can call us, 877-377-6963. So DQ and I are here, and Zach is on vacation. And DQ has thoughts, though. This is a hot show today. Peter in Australia, thoughts? Hutch? Basketball takes? Man. We do the best shows when nobody's listening. It's fantastic. Not that people aren't listening. That's a joke. They get upset when I say that in the front office. Just kidding around. Anyway, DQ's here with thoughts on something. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're all going to find out together. DQ?
Okay. I'm trying to find the music, but I can't.
So here's a little backstory. Only Zach knows how he labels stuff.
And he forgets.
And he doesn't even know how he's labeled
he
stuff.
Forgets.
So I don't know where it is. You would think DQ Thoughts music. No, it wouldn't be labeled that.
No, and he labels them all weird and hard to find later.
That's right. Yeah.
But I found it.
Oh, you did? All right, here we go. We'll edit this out in post. It'll sound great. Aces. All right.
Okay. I wanted to talk about people who, when they open their car door, they have no regard for anyone else around them and are not careful at all. Like, it doesn't take a lot of effort to be considerate of those around you, but it comes out pretty obvious on days like these when the wind will open your car door for you,
right,
as wide as it could possibly go.
Yes.
And, people just aren't careful with anything.
No, they're not.
And
haphazard, these people are.
yeah. And, I mean, I guess it only chips away. If you door ding someone really hard, it only chips away a little bit of paint on your door. But it's just so frustrating watching it happen to someone. And then, because I saw it today. That's what inspired it.
I was about to say, did you get your first door ding on your car?
I haven't gotten. I think I did see someone door ding me at a basketball game once, but I don't think it left a mark, and they stared at me right as they got in their car and closed their door.
Wow. Like a what are you going to do about it kind of stare. Wow.
It was kind of, I caught them doing it, and then I just stood there because I couldn't get my car because they still had their door open. And so we kind of made eye contact, and then they saw me unlock my car.
Woo.
And yeah, they still didn't care. Didn't even give, when you're driving and you do something wrong, and you did something wrong,
right.
and you kind of give the "I'm so sorry" wave.
Yeah.
The
whole like.
I do that all the time.
It's like a hand. It's kind of like you're putting a hand up, like you're going to get hit in the face.
Yeah.
You're trying to block something. Like, sorry about that.
I always am scared that when I do the "I'm sorry" wave, they're receiving it as I'm mad at them wave.
Right.
Or something, or I'm doing that "what are you doing" wave. Because they're kind of the same emotion.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just frustrating. Like, just be considerate of someone. The parking lot is among the worst things that exist. I hate parking lots. It's so...
Hate parking lots now?
It's so annoying.
Do you have a better solution for where to put all the cars?
No, I don't. But all parking lots kind of suck. In one way or the other. The grocery store parking lots suck whenever they have, they're angled. And you can't, you can only go one way or the other on them. And then people still go the wrong way.
Yes.
And
right.
wonder, and then try to make the worst parking job
Cut
ever.
Cut it. You got it. Spin that wheel around.
And I hate the whole pull-through situation.
You're anti-pull-through.
No. Have you ever started to park your car and then someone almost hits you because they're pulling through?
Nope.
And they're not careful?
Nope.
That has happened to me so many times. And it is just as angering the first time as it is last.
Your car invisible? Like, this is incredible. It's like no one can see your car.
Yes. It's just... Yeah, it's just so
I'd look into
frustrating.
that.
It's like no one. And one time, someone told me, and I very much corrected them. Someone told me that whenever you're at the front of the store with the crosswalk, it's not a crosswalk, but it's the yellow striped lines.
Right.
Someone told me, you don't have to stop for pedestrians.
It's just a suggestion.
You don't have to do that. And I said, I think you do. It's a private property.
You got to do some calculus. Do whatever you want, or, what are the consequences of running over someone?
That's what I'm like. That's what
I played the percentages. I'm going to stop. What I'm going to do.
We were talking yesterday about me being fearful.
Yeah, like of crock pots.
I'm so scared of running over someone in a parking lot or at the U of A. Or it's the fear of that is so stressful.
How do you get out of your house every day?
I don't know. It's really a miracle that I'm able to.
Like, this is incredible.
I am my most careful at the U of A, though, because students, I feel like I was better about it whenever I was a student, but a lot of students have no care about walking across the road without looking.
Yeah.
It's really bad. But it's because the same mindset is in every single college student in the world, I think, which is, if a university bus hits me, I'm going to be rich.
I'll be rich. That's right. Or someone will be rich.
Yeah. I think that thought has crossed every single student's mind. Or, if that car hits me, it's okay. I'll be rich.
That's the attitude.
Yeah.
Well, what if the person that hits you is poor? Then you won't be rich.
Yeah, well, just hope maybe it's someone who is.
Only walk out in front of Audis and, Mercedes Benzes.
Yeah.
Don't walk out in front of other, an old Oldsmobile that's still on the road or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, just be careful when you open your door, especially today and whenever this wind stops, because it will hit someone, or not hit someone. It'll hit someone's car. Your door will open for you. And it's mean.
Is there a parking lot where you're like, that's the least terrible one of the parking lot? I love a good pull-through parking spot. My wife makes fun of me every time I use one, but I love it.
I am trying to think of the perfect parking lot in Fayetteville. I could name some really horrible ones, but I'm not going to.
Well, there's the place that has the one space, if you want to even call that a parking lot. It's more of a space.
I went there on Friday.
Yeah.
And
did you get the space?
No. I parked half a mile away.
I would figure that we would get a photo in our group chat if someone got the space there.
Yeah.
Like, look what I did. And then Zach would say it's a fake photo and would want, proof of some kind.
A newspaper.
Yep. Yeah. Can you verify this is your car? It could be anybody's car that looks like yours.
Yeah, I don't think there's a perfect one.
Okay. They're all bad in various
in some
ways.
way.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Thank you for your thoughts on the door dingers just running around out there willy-nilly in the parking lot.
It's bad. It's just mean.
Yeah.
You're just a mean person. Especially if you purposely do it, like people who do it whenever someone parks bad. And I mean, it's frustrating when someone parks bad. You don't have to park next to them.
Right. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Eddie claims the Home Depot has a pretty good parking lot. Give us your best parking lots, 877-377-6963. We got time to kill. Why not? Corey believes that you were the one who followed the one-way signs in grocery stores during COVID.
I mean, those were the rules.
You're right, Corey.
You were supposed to. And you were
go.
supposed to sit and stand on the circles in line.
That's right. Corey, you were the one not following the rules. You were part of the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
not the solution.
You were supposed to do that, and I did listen.
Oh, man. Now, BE is just joking around here. The farmer's market had excellent parking. No, it does not.
The Bentonville one doesn't, and the Fayetteville one doesn't.
No. You got to get into the Bentonville one. Either I go courthouse or the deck.
Yeah.
Those are the only spots.
I think I don't spend a lot of time in Bentonville, so the few times I've gone to the farmer's market, I feel like I get kind of lucky with the spots because I have no idea where I'm going.
Here's a text from Missouri. Betting DQ hates parking lot J.
Yeah, probably.
Bunch of one-ways and angled spaces. Lines that are faded. That's the thing that bothers me. Is when your parking lot's falling apart and you can't see the lines and all that stuff. A freshly paved, brand new parking lot is a work of art. All those bright white lines and yellow lines and arrows. The big bright blue spot for the handicap space. God, a brand new parking lot is beautiful. But then you get one of these run down ones and it's no good. All right, Officer Breeden is on the phone here to talk with us. Hello, officer. How you doing?
Hey, it's another great day. Happy to be alive,
Yes, sir.
And I don't really want to talk much about parking spots, but
okay.
I think it was last week I heard DQ talk about old people. And, she has no right to talk about anybody being old. She has no idea what it's like. She hasn't even had her first scheduled colonoscopy yet. And until you haven't had the first one, you can't talk about anybody's age. not with any real quality.
She doesn't have the bona fides to talk about age and all that stuff.
No experience. No. What? Just so many life experiences she don't know about yet. So, when you get as old as me, okay, yeah, I've had my second schedule, and so I can talk more about it. But DQ, I mean, she's a smart person.
Yeah.
Great on your radio show, but she's just not qualified to talk about somebody being old.
Okay. DQ, you got
Sorry,
that?
Officer
and remember, Ruscin, I'm the guy who made an arrest live on the air.
Yes, I do remember that.
You there at the? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Nick went to jail.
I also remember.
He didn't go to jail, but he got it.
I also remember
Go ahead.
seeing you on the CBS Morning News when the flood happened a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Right.
That's true. Anyway, I just wanted to give DQ some information there about talking about old people. She's not qualified yet.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
Hey, y'all have a great day. Thank
All
you.
right. All right. That's Officer Breeding, everybody. Who, yes, I once saw him cuff somebody in the studio, and I saw him on the CBS News during the flood a few years ago.
You saw him arrest someone live. You were there.
Well, they had made I believe, a minor moving violation on the way to work, and the police officer followed them into work, and he walks in, and then Officer Breeding walks in, and we're like, well, this can't be great. But, yeah, I think he rolled through a stop sign or something. Something you aren't supposed to do, kids. Obey your traffic laws out there. All right? So, DQ, you can't talk about aging until you have your first
I
colonoscopy.
feel like every single day I come to work, I'm told that I'm in my mid-20s now.
That's true.
So,
That does happen, yeah.
even though I'm not.
Not yet, anyway.
No, when I turn 24, I'll be in my mid-20s.
Okay. Yeah, 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6, and then late 20s.
And then 7, 8, 9 is late. And 0, 1, 2, 3 is early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Here's a poll question. Zach gave us a poll question for tomorrow. Here's another poll question. On a decimal, where do you round up? On the 0.6 or the 0.7?
Depends what benefits me.
Okay.
Like, okay, sorry. I know what you're saying. No, on the 0.5.
On the 0.5?
Yes.
Okay. When I'm looking at a basketball, like a stat sheet, if you're shooting 80.5%, I will write 80.5.
Okay.
But if you're shooting 80.7, I'll write 81. That's what I do. If it's 0.6, I'll write 80.6 because I don't know what to do with the 6. I don't know what to round up or what do you do? It's in the middle, the mushy middle. But that's my rule. And obviously, 79.9. Well, guess what? You're an 80% free throw shooter. Congratulations. Those are my rules. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the right way, but that's what I do.
No, I think it should always be round up at 0.5.
At 0.5, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I got last night's.
Or in GPAs, you always round up to the nearest 10th.
Right.
Not 100th.
Right. Okay. So going into last night's game, let's see if I can find one here. Okay, Big Z, going into last night, is shooting 48.5. So he's a 49% shooter from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. There you go, everybody.
I mean, it's not the most accurate thing, but
Then you throw in he's shooting around.
But if he
49%.
was a 49.4% shooter, he's a 49% shooter. So it goes both ways.
That's true. It gives you an idea one way or the other. We're not we're not striving for accuracy here. We're just, give you an idea what they got going on. All right. We'll be back here in a minute. It is 20 minutes after the hour. Wow. 20 minutes out of that, DQ. That is bankable. Saying.
About parking lots.
Yes. Yes. ESPN 99.5. Ruscin and Zach. Hey, a lot of fun stuff going on your weekends, especially with the weather warming up. But remember, if you get arrested on a Thursday, you're not seeing a judge until at least Monday. If you find yourself on the wrong side of the law, if your weekend consists of a free ride for the boys in blue and 3 hots and a cot in the county jail, call Jackie Mock at Mock Legal Solutions to help you get out of a jam. Here's the number, 479-769-1505. She'll protect your rights and help you navigate the criminal justice system for a low, flat fee. MockLegalSolutions.com. Real advice, reasonable price.
Somebody else.
ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC, BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Le dije, vamos a hacer maldades. Vuelvo yo te traje. Pago ya el mahones si no baila pa' que sale. Aquí están mis anormales. Que cabrón, tú mueves ese en el. Esto es pa' las nenas nuevas, pa' los nenes, pa' la vida.
It's back, the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive, and it's bigger than ever. We're on a mission to sell 555 vehicles in the month of March, no matter what it takes. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back. All month long, get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models.
Payments start at $199 a month.
Find the ultimate selection, the ultimate discounts, the ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade.
Only at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
Thanks for watching us.
Check out the latest offerings from the biggest names in golf. At Golf USA, they're honored to be included for the 5th time to Golf Digest's Top Fitters list for 2024, in addition to making Ping and Callaway's lists. And at Golf USA, they are always expanding their expertise and their offerings. Check them out in the Office Depot Hobby Lobby Shopping Center on North College in Fayetteville. Golf USA, we're as golf as it gets.
Hey, it's Derek Ruscin, and I'll be live this Friday from 2 to 6 at Lewis Automotive Group. It's their ultimate challenge. 555 cars must be sold during March. Get the ultimate selection, ultimate savings, ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade. It's all going on now during the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive Group. I'll be there live Friday from 2 to 6 at their beautiful new facility located at Exit 65 off I-49 in Fayetteville. It's the Ultimate Challenge going on now at Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's back, the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive, and it's bigger than ever. We're on a mission to sell 555 vehicles in the month of March, no matter what it takes. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back. All month long, get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models.
Payments start at $199 a month.
Find the ultimate selection, the ultimate discounts, the ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade.
Only at the Lewis Automotive Group Ultimate Challenge.
Folks, I'm Chief Meteorologist R.B. Bobby of the 49 Get Ready Weather Forecast. Well, after an incredibly windy day and a cold one after that, we are going to see the winds start to calm down a little bit as we go into the night. By tomorrow morning, totally calm, but totally cold too. Waking up to temperatures in the mid-20s for our Thursday morning. As we get into Thursday afternoon, it warms up a little bit for us. High temperatures back up around 60 with partly cloudy skies. Even warmer for Friday with high temperatures back in the low 70s under mostly sunny skies. That's your Get Ready Weather only on 4029.
ESPN 99.5. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. It's Ruskin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
All right, some things that you need to know about SEC tournament women's action. Georgia 79, Arkansas 74 today, the final. Izzy goes for 38. But the season is over for the women's basketball team. Baseball team is clobbering ULM right now, and they finished up yesterday's game earlier today, and they ended it with a grand slam, which by the letter of the law is a walk-off, because it's a run rule in the 7th inning, but in the spirit of the law, it's not a walk-off. Not a walk-off. Win by 10 or more on a walk-off, that's not the same as Kirk Gibson or, Kirby Puckett or whoever you want to name. Whoever you want to name in a walk-off history. James McCann. Yeah. Better walk-off to win a midweek game by 10 or to beat LSU. By 1, I think. Maybe 2. A little bit different. Anyway. It's a letter of the law, spirit of the law thing to me. DQ's here with the poll questions. DQ.
Your polls. Mm-hmm. Have you ever chased a trash can down the street? 50.4% of people said yes. Is LeBron scoring 50,000 points something or nothing? 54% of people said it is nothing. Did they pull you back in last night? 66.2% said they are back in. Do you have a TV in your bedroom? 80% said yes. And have you ever used the phrase, we need to keep in touch? 70% of people said yes. And those are your polls. Go touch grass.
We need to talk? Yes. We need to stay in touch? No. Not so much. All right.
I think it's especially awkward when you don't stay in touch for a long time, and then at the end of the first hangout in a long, long time, you say, we can't we can't not hang out this long again. Or, sorry, what am I trying to say? We can't let it go this long without seeing each other.
Or they hit you with that classic one. Hey, don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
Don't be a stranger is stupid.
Really is. Hey,
Like
don't
I
be a stranger.
I'm realistic about the level of friendship I have with people.
Oh, you're the one.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I just try to assume, like, oh, they probably don't want to hang out with me anymore, or, the friendship has run its course.
That phone works two ways, Like, you say, I'm not calling. You're not calling me either.
Yeah.
My attitude. The phone works two ways.
Those are your polls. Go touch grass.
All right. Here you go. Yes, John in Memphis is about 30 minutes behind listening to it. And he says, I apologize for doing my job. Well, listen, nobody's ripping you here, John. Just calm down. Everything's fine. We're just trying to distinguish you from all the other Johns that listen to this show. So. There was a scene in an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine's trying to get this job and it's clearly not going well, and she just cuts to the chase with the lady, and she's like, I'm never going to see you again, am I? And the lady's like, no. And then they like shake hands and just leave. Like that was the end of the scene. We need more of that in polite society. Like, well,
yeah, it gets confusing whenever you meet someone and they follow you on Instagram is what happens for the most part for me. They'll follow you on Instagram or something, and I'm just thinking to myself, why? We won't ever see each other again. So I'm going to let you follow me for a year maybe, and then I just make you unfollow me. So I've gotten to the point now where if I know I won't ever see them again, I just won't accept.
Okay. Trying to make sense and change polite society. One day at a time here on Ruscin and Zach. It's all you can really do. It's just, hope for the best. All right, we will be back here and some other stuff. Andrew Hutchinson's coming up at 5 o'clock. Get his thoughts on Razorback sports. Men's basketball, baseball, we'll get to all that. Coming up here at 5. It is 4:33 right now.
This is Ruscin and Zach.
Here's somebody that says we're the Jersey Shore. All right.
Yes, but with less abs.
More flabs.
ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
Hey, it's Derek Ruscin, and I'll be live this Friday from 2 to 6 at Lewis Automotive Group. It's their ultimate challenge. 555 cars must be sold during March. Get the ultimate selection, ultimate savings, ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade. It's all going on now during the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive Group. I'll be there live Friday from 2 to 6 at their beautiful new facility located at Exit 65 off I-49 in Fayetteville. It's the Ultimate Challenge going on now at Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
It's delicious.
There must be 50 customers out there. It's unbelievable.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
You hear that open every Tuesday on the Morning Rush around 10:45, where we give away a $25 gift card to CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers, which can be used at either the Fayetteville or Russellville location. CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers, when all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
I'm ready for one of them Butcher Boys.
Yeah, CJ's.
Relief from hip and back pain can be a reality when you work with the experts on a mobility and flexibility routine.
That's why StretchLab was founded. Pro athletes and sports fans alike love StretchLab for our customized one-on-one assisted stretch sessions. Discover the difference a good stretch can make, because when your body moves better, you feel better and live better. Visit your local StretchLab today or go to stretchlab.com and use code FAN10 to get up to 50% off your first 50-minute stretch. Plus, receive an additional $10 off.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Scott Comiskey in Bella Vista and Steve Harp in Springdale.
Hey y'all, it's Melinda at Fantasy Sports Cuts. It's time to step up to the plate and get a big league haircut at Fantasy Sports Cuts. Whether you're gearing up for the game or just need a fresh cut, our all-star stylist will have you looking like a champ. Kick back in our big comfy chairs, catch the game on our ATVs, and enjoy a cold beer or root beer while we handle the rest. Book online at fantasysportscuts.com or call us at 935-3116. Walk-ins are always welcome, but if you're on a tight schedule, we recommend booking ahead. Fantasy Sports Cuts, where every haircut is a home run. Located at Mission and Crossover in the Harp Shopping Center.
Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body, family owned and operated for over 40 years, is your collision repair specialist. Only 15% of collision repair shops achieve iCar Gold Class status, the highest training level recognized in the industry. Courtney Hollingsworth is proud to be one of them. Put your vehicle repairs in the hands of the experts. Call Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body today at 479-751-3801. That's 751-3801. And online at CourtneyHollingsworth.com.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now, you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do? Like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking. And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. QC Kinetics, 479-999-1234.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
ESPN 99.5. The most influential show in Arkansas. This is Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
All right, it is 21 minutes till the hour here on ESPN 99.5. Ruscin and Zach. Zach out this week. DQ and I here. Satisfaction guarantee. This is your drive home, and it is powered by Mr. Sparky.
Need a licensed electrician to service your home? Give us a jingle, or just use this one.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
For local pros, call Mr. Sparky.
Look, another player's rung the bell. That means he did his personal best.
I could use a good ass kick, and I'll be very honest with you.
Good one.
So you aim at their butt.
No one's secret is ever safe with me.
Woo pig.
All right. Is that still true?
Oh, I tell every secret I've ever been told.
Oh, well.
I usually, though, I'll tell the secret to someone who doesn't care about the secret.
Because you just have to get it out.
Yeah.
It's
I just need
eating you up inside.
I just need to talk about the secret.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. And that like whoever it is, it doesn't relate to the secret. So like they don't relate to the secret or know anything really about the secret. I just need to say it.
So you just go up to a random stranger and be like, "Hey, by the way,
That would work.
I mean, or an animal. Tell it to an animal.
No, it has to be a person.
Oh, it has to be a person.
I do have to see them react. And I do usually give the whole backstory of the thing leading up to the secret, just so they understand.
Oh, well. Oh, man. Okay, so I saw, we may have even talked about this, but we know, the show Hard Knocks, where they follow, pro football teams around. Usually in training camp, they've added a mid-season one. Last year, they did an off-season one. It was pretty revealing in terms of, they followed the Giants around and, they traded Saquon Barkley and, there's some in-the-weeds stuff there that was broadcast that I don't think the Giants were too pleased about. But, that's what you do when you sign up. So none of the NFL teams wanted to do off-season Hard Knocks. And for a moment, it was thought that North Carolina will do off-season Hard Knocks with Bill Belichick. And now apparently that deal has fallen. ESPN reports that now there will not be a North Carolina off-season Hard Knocks. So that's not going to be happening. I can promise you, I know why this is so what's happening with the NFL is different because it's a league and things are collectively bargained and whatever. In college, all of these behind the scenes things you see are very, very heavily sanitized, scrutinized, poured over, combed over, filtered to the nth degree.
And usually done by the college.
Right. And the college has what is known as final cut. We get to decide, and if something we don't like's in there, we're taking it out. But I bet when you're dealing with HBO and with NFL Films, who does Hard Knocks, North Carolina does not get final cut. I bet that's where it all fell apart. That's my educated guess. Because North Carolina would not have final say on any of this. And that's probably because that's what these university athletic departments are giant publicity machines, and they want to be in charge of every element of it at all times. And so, because they think people are out there to get them and screw them over, which of course they're not. But that's what they think is going to happen. So they they probably wanted final cut on each episode, and HBO and the NFL Films people said, no, we're not doing that. We know what we're doing. We've been doing this quite a while. And also, Belichick is like the most secretive guy anyway in terms of football. I don't think they ever did Hard Knocks with the Patriots. Ever. So maybe this is something that was talked about, and then when it got to Belichick's desk, it could also be that he was like, no, we're not doing that. No. But it's not happening. So right now there will be no off-season Hard Knocks, apparently. They haven't gotten anybody to agree to do it. No. We're really missing out on that. So that's not happening. Arkansas does this stuff, but they produce it all in house, so they get all the the say so and what you see and more importantly what you don't see.
And there's no drama.
Right. Another thing that happens in anytime you want to talk about people talk about interviews with coaches during games wasting time. You know what the biggest time waster in the middle of games is anytime they put on one of these mic'd up segments.
I hate mic'd up.
Because let me reenact for you now what every in-game mic'd up segment in the history of television sounds like. Such and such is wearing a mic for us tonight. All right, let's go. Yeah. Go. That was great. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
You get nothing out of it. It's a tremendous waste of time. The coach interviews are more valuable than that stuff. It's just noise. It's just people making noise. It's not anything. Because if they said anything, the team, again, they've got some say-so there. Like, nope, no, you can't. Not like they're cussing or stuff, but there may be strategic stuff they don't want people to hear, and et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, which is fair, but
yeah.
I don't like the mic'd up stuff very much. It just doesn't add anything.
Nope.
And they know they're mic'd up.
And it takes away. It doesn't add and it takes away. It's just it's useless. One of the best mic'd up segments though I ever heard, and they left this in. When Mike Anderson was here, they were playing Georgia, and Mike Anderson wore a microphone. And it was like the under 12 timeout, and Arkansas is leading and playing well. And this is, of course, when Arkansas played a pressing style of defense, really aggressive defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to the clip, and Mike Anderson says, something like, 4 more minutes and they're going to quit. They're tired. And it got on the air, which was rare because you don't see stuff like that get through. And then he was right. Like they did. Like they totally wore down, and Arkansas ended up winning that game. That's about the most useful player or coach sound in a game that I can remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it's usually just people clapping and yelling, "Let's go," and which is pointless.
Yeah.
Pointless drivel is what it is.
What someone should do, or a coach, is on their, say they've announced their retirement, like some of these coaches do, say, oh, well, after this season, I'm going to retire.
Right.
Then they let the whole mic'd up thing come in, or the Hard Knocks type film come in, because, they leave and they're gone.
Yeah.
Whenever it's aired, they're done. So it doesn't really matter.
Well, and some people will do that, like if you're going on a farewell tour, there'll be a camera crew following you around and stuff.
Yeah.
Or some sort of documentary. So yeah, that is something that happens. But you're right, like you have no more bleeps to give at that point, whether you're whatever you say, because you're not going to be around.
I do like
matter.
Because when you're listening to the men's games on the radio, there's a lot of extra crowd noise and everything, so you can't ever really hear the coaches yelling through like Chuck's mic or something.
Yeah.
But with the women's games, when it gets quiet in there, sometimes you could hear Coach Neighbors or Coach Schaefer yelling.
Yeah.
And it's kind of awesome.
Yeah. Well, they're right there in front of Phil. I mean, that's where they're at Bud Walton anyway, and probably most places.
There have been a couple times when I've been at the games.
Yeah.
When you just hear Coach Schaefer just yelling, and you can hear him so clearly. Just because, some of the games don't have a lot of people there, and there's the quiet moments. Yeah. I do think that's why DJ Derek overdoes it sometimes with the music.
Yeah.
Is to get rid of those.
To drown out the coaches yelling
yeah.
moments. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's awesome when you can hear it. I don't know. It makes it real.
There's always been those times where, like, in any game, the crowd will die down a little bit, and that one guy has to yell something really loud from the stands that's kind of embarrassing, and rarely funny. Like, sometimes that guy hits it out of the park, but usually it's like, why'd you say that? That was dumb.
Yeah.
That added nothing to the experience. So, yeah, that's part of it, too.
And it's almost always something about the ref.
Yeah, it's always
and
the ref's
something
fault.
that they've
Every time.
a call that was made 5 minutes before.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's always a ref's fault. Yeah. What are you going to do now? Like, women's basketball season is over today. You were really invested in this. This was like your thing, and now it's over. What are you going to do?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just liked the Arkansas team. I don't think I can watch teams that just aren't, that I care nothing about.
So you won't watch the women's tournament?
I might.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Root against Kim Mulkey like the rest of America will be? Okay.
yeah, because I mean, this year, so Paige Beckers is going to get drafted this year. So
Right.
this is her last one.
Yep.
I'm guessing Juju Watkins is going to leave after this year.
Right.
So it'll be interesting because there are girls who are still making women's basketball relevant like there was last year. So there are some of these girls left over. So I don't know. I'll probably watch the women's tournament.
Let's see here. Tonight, coming up at 5, actually, Missouri and Mississippi State in the SEC women's tournament, followed by Auburn and Florida. Tennessee won today by a lot, by 40.
Yeah. Who were they playing?
Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Texas A&M was, I think they were last.
They were? They were.
They were interesting to watch.
They had 3 single-digit quarters today.
Really bad.
Yeah, it's not.
What was the final score?
77-37. They didn't score a lot.
No.
Yeah. A single-digit quarter in college is really, really bad. Like
That's
in
bad.
in
And
high school,
3 of them?
it's kind of a goal defensively, but in college, that's not good. And 3 of them, they had the last 3. And the first one, I think they got like 13 or something.
Oh.
So it's not like they lit it up in that one either. Tennessee might be on the way back. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they are. It's weird, too. Tennessee's last coach is on the TV desk for the SEC network. So, like, and I don't remember if she got fired or quit. I can't remember which one. But now, like, the new Tennessee team and coach is, like, doing well. And now the old coach that was just there is kind of having to say nice things, which is maybe a little bit awkward. But she played for Tennessee under Pat Summitt, so maybe maybe she feels okay about it.
It's probably fine.
Yeah. Maybe she feels okay about it. I don't know. I'd be very bitter, but that's
They said
that's me.
I heard all of these new talking points because I usually, with the women's games, I'll usually either listen to it on the radio or, I'll go if it's home game.
Right.
So I haven't heard any of these TV talking points
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
I learned so much today.
Educational.
Yeah.
That's right.
I learned that the ref that was reffing, I've seen her at some of the Arkansas games reffing.
Yeah.
She was the first woman to ever ref in the NBA.
That's Dee Cantner.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were showing her stretching. And just
That's strange.
They weren't weird about it. Even though it does sound weird.
They didn't linger. Oh, that's good.
They didn't linger.
That's good. It's not a shot you want to linger
I
on.
learned that one of the players, Phoenix Stojan from Arkansas, her mom is a famous Dutch singer.
Really?
Yeah, and on the Dutch Voice.
So we've got on the women's side a famous Dutch singer, and on the other side a men's player who's from a town in Europe that's known for the best oysters on
oysters,
on earth.
I had just never heard their talking points before, so it was interesting.
Right. From Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I didn't hear anything about his mustache.
No, I didn't hear about that either. No. BE says Izzy deserves a green check mark.
Izzy Higginbottom, green check mark.
Green check mark. There it is. So let it be written. So let it be done. All right. The drive home is powered by Mr. Sparky. We'll come back, and Andrew Hutchins is going to join us. Best of Arkansas sports. What did it mean? Can Arkansas do it again? Moving forward, what they did last night with Vanderbilt. And nobody knows baseball like Hutch does, as far as I can tell. So I want some early impressions on baseball. I know it's been, 10 some odd games, but What are some early things he's looking for? So we'll talk to Hutch about all that coming up here on ESPN 99.5. We come to you from the Crane Automotive Team studio. We'll be right back.
A windy Wednesday out there. Hold on to your hats. I'm Brandon Evans. This is your 4029 news update in 60 seconds. When bad weather strikes, emergency crews have to be ready to respond. But how does bad weather impact their response? We'll look at some of the adjustment crews have to make to ensure they're ready when you need them. In economic news, new tariffs are now in effect, so will that increase the price of things like groceries? We spoke to a U of A professor about the products most likely to be impacted. To sports, the Hardwood Hogs bounced back in a big way with a big win last night in Music City. We'll recap the victory over Vandy and check in with the Diamond Hogs to see if balls were flying out of the park as fast as the wind was blowing. And speaking of weather, after a busy couple of days, Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee says we'll soon get some relief, with winds calming down tonight and another warm-up not far behind. Although Darby does say people in some areas will wake up tomorrow to temps in the 20s. I'm Brennan Evans. Tune in tonight to 4029 News.
Have you been suffering with foot pain, knee pain, lower back pain, or plantar fasciitis? Do you feel like you're putting your life on hold? And maybe you've even tried all kinds of remedies with no relief. You might even be considering surgery like Kathleen.
I was buying new shoes every 3 months. It was terrible. I was in tears a lot. It hurt that bad. For 2 years, I was watching these commercials thinking, this can't be real. You know, you're never going to find out if you don't try. So my legs and my feet do not hurt like they did before Good Feet.
And Dave is also a satisfied customer of the Good Feet store.
Whether you're young or old, these are life-changing. I've tried the rest. The best is Good Feet.
You have nothing to lose except for your pain. No shots, no surgery, no medication, and no waiting. Good Feet arch supports are available today. Come in and see what we can do for you. We're located across from Walmart on Mall Avenue in Fayetteville and in Rogers on West Pauline Parkway behind Gearhead Outfitters in the district. Walk-ins are welcome.
Northwest Arkansas. Hi, this is Stacy with ProMix Concrete, a division of Ozark Ready Mix. We're a local ready mix concrete supplier, and I'd like to invite you to call our team. We'll provide you high performance, optimized ready mix concrete and top-notch service for any and all of your commercial, DOT, and residential construction applications. Call us at 479-480-3060. That's 479-480-3060, and we'll take care of your business. Ask yourself, do you need a mix or ProMix?
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Consider yourself a bourbon connoisseur. Twin Peaks is proud to offer an exclusive and extensive collection of some incredibly rare bourbons, whiskeys, and tequilas. Plus, check out their barrel selects that are handpicked by their team and bottled just for you. Only at Twin Peaks and Rogers.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
The Crane Team is your home for all your automotive needs, with 6 different dealerships in Northwest Arkansas and America's favorite brands. The Crane Team has the perfect vehicle for you, from pickup and delivery to service after the sale. Plus our famous, huge Crane Cash discounts, the Crane Team simply can't be beat. Shop Arkansas's largest selection of Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Kia, Volkswagen, and more. Visit us today or shop online at craneteam.com.
Absolute Janitorial Service is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company serving all of Northwest Arkansas. We have a long track record for exceptional service and clear communication. We clean multiple facility types, including office buildings, medical facilities, manufacturing plants, churches, schools, and much more. Give Absolute Janitorial Service a call today for a free quote and see what an absolute difference our services can make for your business.
Looking for the best way to save big this winter? WT Equipment has you covered with exclusive winter savings on Workmaster and Boomer compact tractors from New Holland. Choose your deal. 0% financing for 72 months or get a free loader with your tractor purchase. These powerful, fuel-efficient tractors are built for hard work and year-round reliability. And now, they come with unbeatable savings. Hurry in to WT Equipment before March 31st to lock in your deal. Visit us today or call 479-442-8284 for details.
KAKS Goshen Fayetteville. This is ESPN Arkansas. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. Covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruskin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs. And the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
With DQ.
Kelsey finds a blank space for the score.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
Ruscin and Zach with you here, coming at you on ESPN Arkansas. Hit that line now. I'm powered by Taco Bell. And Drive Home is powered by Mr. Sparky.
Need a licensed electrician to service your home? Give us a jingle, or just use this one. For local pros, call Mr. Sparky.
God, that was boring.
5 million dong.
Bum fight!
But if you got guys banging threes.
All right. Get in here, 877-377-6963. Joined now on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline by Andrew Hutchinson from Best of Arkansas Sports. Hutch, good afternoon. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well. It's good to speak from you. We got a lot of stuff to cover, so we have to turn to someone who can cover a lot of stuff, and that is you. Last night, you got this performance at Vanderbilt with Arkansas putting up 90 points and winning the game. A lot of people seem to be surprised given how poorly Saturday went. What did you think of how they turned this thing around?
I mean, it was incredible. I'm not necessarily as shocked that they managed to win the game. Like, I always kind of thought in the back of my head, like, hey, you know, it's a winnable game. I mean, it's what we thought, like, down the stretch, that all these games were winnable. But as poorly as they played, especially offensively, I mean, that first half had me, you know, wanting to wash my eyes out. It was terrible. And then they come out and they put up 90 on Vanderbilt. I mean, again, this isn't like a top 25, you know, elite defensive team or anything, but still to look like, I mean, it looked like a completely different team. And so I think the way that they went about winning that game is what surprised me, and I think has to make you feel optimistic. But again, it's a very precarious spot. 'Cause, I mean, it's like just like the Texas game here at Bud Walton Arena like a week or so ago. Like, all 7 players, the 7 guys you have left, all played fantastic. I mean, they all contributed. It was great. It was a total team effort. But you could easily go the other way if you get 3 or 4 of those guys who lay an egg, and then it just spirals, and it looks like what we saw in Columbia. So it has to make you feel good in a way, but also it's a little bit like, okay, is this sustainable? Can they do it? You know, I'm very anxious to see if they could put it all together again on Saturday against a good Mississippi State team at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big test, and if they can do it in back-to-back games, then you know maybe I feel even better about it.
Well, I think, you know, it's to me, it's like football. Styles makes fights. Like, if you're playing a weak front 7, you'll be able to run the ball more. And, you know, Vanderbilt, not very big. I think they said their tallest guy is 6'7". So the game plan was pretty simple. Just get to the rim. And they scored more than 50% of their points in the paint. So I want to know, can they do something like that against a bigger team, because Mississippi State, obviously, is the better teams in the league that they may match up with in Nashville next week, and certainly in an NCAA tournament game. There's going to be a little bit more size out there. Can they do this again with a couple of different variables on the team that they're going up against? Is my question.
And I think that's a legitimate question, and definitely one that, Coach Cal, he even said it after the South Carolina game. He's like, man, I'm worried that more teams are going to do this to us, basically, try to attack them at the rim and just win the game in the paint. That's what South Carolina did. So obviously Vanderbilt wasn't necessarily as equipped to do that, but I think a lot of it boils down. You hate to put it on one player's shoulder, but the play of Trevin Brazile.
Yeah.
If he comes out and plays like he did against Vanderbilt, I think he could do that against guys that were bigger. If he plays with that kind of energy and that level, I think he could be the guy we all thought he could be, pre-torn ACL a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But it's been very inconsistent, very up and down from him. So if he's truly turned the corner and can do that, then I think they could handle a bigger team. Maybe not as easily as they did Vanderbilt, but I think they could manage and not get manhandled like we saw at South Carolina.
Yeah, we're talking with Andrew Hutchinson here on Ruscin and Zach, the drive home powered by Mr. Sparky. The thing about Brazile to me, first of all, that's the best game he's played since Maui, as far as I can tell. It's his best game in an SEC in an SEC game at Arkansas, and it was absolutely just the energy like you talked about. But the thing with him, I think, has always been motivation. Can Cal keep him motivated to do that a few more times in the month of March? That's the unknown with him.
Yeah, he's been very inconsistent. You mentioned Maui. He was tremendous last year against Duke. I would say he was incredible. But those games have been very few and far between. I think back even this year, he played really well against Michigan. I think that was his highest scoring game before yesterday. So can you get him motivated to play like that night in, night out? Because it's not just about scoring the ball or rebounding, but he was making what I call winning plays throughout that entire game. There was a play where he came flying in trying to go for an offensive rebound, knocked it away from a Vanderbilt guy, so somebody else, I can't remember if it was Adu or Big Z, somebody got it and was able to get the put back and won. There was a play where he missed a three-pointer badly, but he went, rebounded himself as he was falling out of bounds and threw it to a teammate, and they ended up scoring on that possession. There were several plays like that where even it doesn't necessarily show up in a box score, but he's making these plays. And if he can do that night in, night out, then that's big time for Arkansas. It's a dramatic switch from just a couple of weeks ago. He scored points for Auburn in that game.
Yes, he did. Yes. 2.
And now now he's playing like this for Arkansas. It's a dramatic turnaround and been, probably the biggest storyline of these last few games, in my opinion, is just how dramatically different he's played since, that rough stretch.
Yeah, he scored more points for Auburn than Arkansas in that game, 2-0. So yeah, that was a tough one. But it's and another thing about a couple more things on last night. Number one, it seems like we can put to bed. Vanderbilt went on a push, in the 8-7 minute mark in the second half, and they couldn't get closer than 9. This team didn't wilt under the pressure of being there. And the other thing was, if it's possible to score a quiet 21 points, I think Nellie Davis scored a quiet 21 points last night, which is crazy.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't fall apart around that mark, 'cause that was right around the mark. Coach Cal got the technical.
Yep.
They got a couple extra free throws, and I'm going, oh boy, here it goes. It's about to swing back the other way, but they weathered the storm, and they never let them, as you said, get closer than 9 points. That was really encouraging to see, even despite, the things weren't going their way. And Nelly, you're right. He started out hot. He made a couple early threes, but those ended up being the only 2 threes he made. And yet he still had 21 points. That was, he looked a lot more like the Nelly Davis we all thought he was going to be. And he's now hit 20 points in 2 games this year. They won both of those. I want to say they're like 6-2 when he scores at least 15 points. So you need somebody to score the ball, especially when if Adu Thero is going to be out for an extended period of time. I mean, somebody's going to have to score, other than just Big Z. And to get him performing like the way we all thought he was capable of being whenever he was the top portal prospect in this past cycle, that's huge for Arkansas.
And we don't know Hutch officially a timetable on Thero, and have there been any whispers about if Boogie can come back in March?
I mean, when the Boogie thing all went down, it was reported, I think by John Ruscin or something, that he was going to be out for the year. Arkansas has never come out and said that, but just those are the vibes I'm getting. And plus, I mean, the way they played since he went down, I'm not saying like they're a worse team with him, but having to reintegrate him into the offense would be pretty difficult after he's been out for as long as he has. It wouldn't be as difficult for Thero if he's able to return, because he hasn't missed that much time. But again, I'm at this point, I don't have any inside info or anything like that. But at this point, I'd be surprised if either one of those guys play another game at Arkansas this year, just because of the timing of the injury. I don't think like Thero's injury is like super significant, but there's just not enough time, and there's just a couple of weeks left in the season, even if you include the NCAA tournament.
And another thing, we're talking with Andrew Hutchinson here on Ruscin and Zach. You talked about Cal getting the technical last night, and I was thinking about watching the end of that Texas-Mississippi State game. And I just, in a chaotic situation, Rodney Terry was also chaotic. And I'm just like, you can't do that in that situation. You have to be calm. And I know Cal is, fiery and energetic, but ultimately in a, chaotic situation, like, as Vanderbilt's trying to make the thing a little bit closer, I feel like there's a calm there and a presence there where, I've said this all the time about Nick Saban. When they're losing, he's being positive. It's when they're winning is when he's jumping on people's butts and yelling and stuff. And that's kind of some of what I see just with those two examples last night. I mean, I don't know how Texas lost that game, won that game, Hutch, because, I mean, they did everything you can do wrong in the last 2 minutes and then overtime and still somehow won. So that also leads me to believe that Mississippi State is really going to be on fire when they come here Saturday morning to take on Arkansas.
Well, of course. I mean, that's how it always goes, it feels like. But, I mean, I think you're exactly right about Coach Cal. I mean, when you've been doing it for 30-plus years, he's seen it all pretty much. Like, he's been in different situations. He's been in, national championship games and Final Fours and stuff. So, like, he's not going to get nervous or bent out of shape over just a regular season game, as important as it may be. So I think that's a benefit for a guy that's been around and seen it all, like a Nick Saban in football, or you could even make the case like a Dave Van Horn in baseball, because I mean he's seen it all. Like if you get down 9-1 in the 4th inning, like no big deal. So I think that helps the experience factor there. At the head coach position, because that bleeds down to everybody, the assistants, the players, everything. And I think he saw that play out against Vanderbilt. Yeah.
You can't project panic when everybody else is panicking. You've got to be the steady hand. All right, I want to get some thoughts before we let you go on baseball. And number one, this weekend with Portland coming in, I presume we'll see Gackle pitch. And what will we see? Because the first few weekends have, he's been touched up a bit.
Yeah, the start last weekend against Charlotte was jarring, to say the least. I mean, the dude gave up 10 hits, 9 runs. I mean, it was the most earned runs an Arkansas starting pitcher had given up in a decade. 2015, Trey Killian, for a blast from the past, was the last guy who gave up more earned runs than what Gackle did last Friday. So that was surprising, especially when you consider that Gackle has been so good. Like he's been hard to hit. Like people don't hit him. Like I think opponents were hitting like 167 or something like that going into that game against him in his career. So that was jarring. But come to find out, you start thinking like, oh, maybe was he tipping his pitches or something like that? But Dave Van Horn revealed on Monday. I actually wrote about this at the Swatters Club, that really the issue is that he's throwing like almost all of his pitches in one certain area. Like 70% of his pitches were in one area, and so Charlotte was basically able to sit back and hunt pitches in those spots, and then just hit them where they were wanting to hit them, jump on them early. And it was a beautifully executed plan by Charlotte and their hitting coach, who just happens to be Arkansas native and former Arkansas GA Phil Siebehar. Went to Springdale Harbor High School locally, so he's a local kid, and came back and kind of touched up Gackle in a way that, in my opinion, it was perfect, because against Charlotte, one, you're able to come back and win the game despite trailing big time, but you're able to figure out, hey, this is going on. We can't do this, opening weekend of SEC play against Ole Miss, because Ole Miss will do the same thing. They may even score even more. So they basically solved that. They're going to address that. They're going to work on it. He should start on Friday against Portland, I would imagine, and get that sorted out. And I would be very surprised if he isn't much, much better on Friday than what we saw last Friday, because they figured that out. And I bet he's gonna. I can't remember which pitcher it was. One of the pitchers we talked to after the game said, "Man, I feel sorry for Portland, because he's going to come out ready to go, and I bet it's going to be a really, really strong outing for him."
Yeah. So we've got I guess almost like a fifth of the season in the books already now with baseball. What are some big picture things that stand out to you? What are some things that maybe surprised you so far, good or bad, with baseball?
Well, apparently Kahio Aloy is like the greatest hitter of all time.
Oh, man, right?
based on what we've seen, which is truly a stunning result. Based on what we saw. I mean, last year at BYU as a freshman, like, he was a solid player in the Big 12. Like, I think he ended up hitting like 269, 270 something like that. He had some home runs. Really not the most consistent guy in the world. So you're like, okay, well, he's got potential. He could come in and, maybe contribute a little bit as a sophomore, but maybe next year be the full-time starter or something like that. Be a situational guy this year. And he's forced Dave Van Horn to play him every day, and as the DH. And he's been incredible. Everything he hits is hard. I know he got a couple of cheap hits, I want to say, in game one against ULM, but like everything else, it's been 110 miles an hour off the bat or something crazy like that. So that's been surprising. A guy that has good numbers so far this year, but I think could even be better, is Brent Iredale, the Australian, the third baseman, because he's another guy that hits the ball extremely hard. And I think back to the Arlington weekend, he should have had another 2 or 3 hits just based on how hard he hit the ball, but it was just some bad luck on right two guys, or team guys made good plays defensively, whatever it may be. But if he keeps hitting the ball as hard as he is, that's going to turn into hits, and I think he's going to be even better than what he's been so far, which, by the way, is still pretty good. So those are a couple of things that, are encouraging. There's also some guys on the opposite end of the spectrum. I think Kendall Diggs is still kind of slowly working his way back. I think he's looked better lately than he did earlier. And Nolan Souza in the midst of a horrible slump to start the year. It seems like every year there's a guy who hits well in the preseason and then gets off to a horrible start in the season. I guess it's Nolan Souza this year. I would expect him to dig out of that and be a solid contributor. If not, he may not be an all SEC caliber guy, but I think he's a guy that's going to be a lot better than his, sub 100 batting average may indicate right now. So that's just a couple of things that just jump out at me. Offensively, the pitching staff, as we all know, is tremendous. Gackle, he's going to bounce back like we talked about earlier. The other guys are good. And then, of course, if Gage Wood gets back healthy and comes back and looks like he did before he left the Michigan game early with an injury, that's going to be another really, really deep pitching staff with lots of options, right and left, coming out of the bullpen and starting.
All right, Andrew Hutchinson, best of Arkansas sports. You're a good man, Hutch. Thank you so much for all the time today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
All right, that's Andrew Hutchinson with us here. Your drive home is powered by Mr. Sparky here on Ruscin and Zach. So a great breakdown there of the big things that people are talking about when you talk about basketball and the win last night over Vanderbilt and this baseball team getting it cranked up and getting now a little over a week away from conference play starting at Ole Miss. The basketball thing, I mean, it was such a jarring contrast to me to watch Texas melting down. Now, they didn't win, but they were melting down in that game, and your head coach is in meltdown mode also. And you can't do that. You can't be that way. When they're panicked and anxious, you've got to be steady. You've got to be in control. And listen, Cal's an energetic, fiery guy. But ultimately, he's got that look of, I'm in charge here. I'm in control. That whatever that is, that confidence, that swagger, that no matter what the situation is, you feel like he's in control. And it did not get wobbly last night. I mean, they cut it to, I think, 9 at one point with Vanderbilt, but that was it. And I think Brazil hit the shot that kind of ended the little burst there by Vanderbilt in the second half. So it was all around a phenomenal performance. Can they do it against teams with more size? Because that's what you're going to run into the rest of the way. There's some big guys with Mississippi State. Obviously, you look at next week's tournament. And how does this translate to playing 7 people? How does this translate to having multiple games concurrently in a week? Like, you win Wednesday next week, and they will play Wednesday next week in Nashville. Then you play Thursday. And then if you win that, you play Friday. So there's not a lot of downtime. He mentioned playing at 11 a.m. and getting back this morning at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning from Nashville. But, I mean, it's a crazy fast turnaround in the SEC tournament. Do they kind of punt on it after they get a win and, get ready for the next weekend? They've got to avoid Dayton. I don't think they can play 3 high-level games in the NCAA tournament in a week and win them all. I don't think they can. 2, I think they could do that. With the day off, you play Thursday, you play Saturday, or you play Friday, you play Sunday if you win. But it's also going to come down to draw and seed, and, you don't want to see them on the 8-9 line. You really want to be the 10. I don't think they have enough to get to the 7. But you'd like to be, honestly, the 10. The 11 has to go through Dayton. The 8 or 9. And by the way, the 8 or 9, you may play UConn. Oof. UConn's got some pretty bad guard play, but, they're still the 2-time defending national champs with a psychopath head coach in Hurley. But you could see that, or Baylor again, maybe. And then you'd have to play the 1 seed, likely, which could be Houston or Duke or something like that in the second round. But if you're the 10, it's a little bit different of a scenario. The 2 seed, maybe a little more of an opportunity there. I don't know. But to have to go to Dayton and play like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday that's going to be tough with 7 people. I think that is a road that's too tough to negotiate with 7 guys. And it doesn't sound like Thero's coming back. And it doesn't sound like Boogie's coming back. So they got 7. And you just don't know how many times can they all play well on the same night this year. Can they do this a couple more times? And if they don't all play well, can they still figure out a way? Can they get stops and figure out a way? The recipe's pretty clear. They got to score in the paint. This is not a great three-point shooting team. They need to make about 7 to 9 threes a game. They need to make more than 70% at the free throw line. And they need to score, a ton of points in, as Hugh B. Brown would call it, the painted area. That's a recipe, man. Driving, Guys driving, Knox, Richmond, Big Z down there, of course. Even Adu giving you something. That's the thing. You don't need Adu to give you 20, but it gives you something. Give you 8. Brazil was fantastic, but if Brazil gives you 10, you feel pretty good. There's something. You can't have a lot of nothing with 7 guys and expect there to be many memories made in the month of March. But they made one last night. Now they can't undo it with a loss at home to Mississippi State, who's going to come in here very agitated after they let Texas off the hook about 6 times on Tuesday night on their home floor. All right, the drive home is powered by Mr. Sparky here, Ruscin and Zach, and we'll return right after this.
Guaranteed satisfaction for at least 4 hours a day.
Does the Viagra have a shelf life?
This is Ruskin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on the Hit That Line Now app.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Hey, do y'all know what time it is?
It's about 2:30.
Summertime.
It's that and a whole lot more.
And no matter what's happening, the Stadium Shop has what you need.
We have the best selection for showing off your Razorback spirit while on vacation, even Razorback swim trunks.
Graduations, anniversaries, birthdays, we have what you need for your event.
And we have what you need for that trip to Omaha.
Even a new line of hard shell luggage.
Also, Omaha tees, flags, bases, loaded hats, and the boppers.
And you can get them here at the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium. Or you can check us online at the WWN.
Dad, let me do that before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, shoponrazorback.com.
And if you can't reach us there, call us at 479 Stadium.
All from the only family, alumni-owned and operated Razorback store.
South of the North Pole.
Dad, please.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go
Hawks.
This is Ruskin and Zach.
Gentry Public Schools is entering the new year and second semester with excitement, especially in their athletics programs. With dedicated student athletes and supportive coaches, Gentry Public Schools is proud of the hard work and sportsmanship shown on and off the field. Their excellent staff, modern facilities, and incredible students make them proud every day. Stay connected by visiting their website and following them on social media for updates on everything happening at Gentry Public Schools.
Nick bought a new guitar, a 62 American Classic Electric. Does he know how to play? No. But Nick's Empower investment account has performed well. He got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risks. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a really good guitar solo.
Hey, Northwest Arkansas. This is Jesse, one of the AFA certified automated gate installers here at Thomas Fence. If you're looking for a seamless way to add security, convenience, and style to your property, we've got you covered with our custom gate automation services. We create gates that match your vision, and our team of talented designers, welders, and installers ensure your project is in experienced hands. Call us today at 479-64732 or visit thomasfencear.com to get started. Thomas Fence, where quality, innovation, and expertise open the door to possibility.
Michelle Smallman here. Do you want to be at the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. He is responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You know that crushing feeling when you press print at your PC and the doggone machine just won't print? Well, I fixed that. Hi, I'm Tim Stanley, owner of TDS IT. We are an IT company with a long history in the print channel, and I have fixed the printer conflict by creating my own Northwest Arkansas-based help desk. Call us at 479-575-0770 for more information on how a true IT company can keep all your printers and scanners up and running all the time.
Take a day off and check out the new and pre-owned rides at Rath Mitsubishi. Right now, qualified buyers can take advantage of rates starting at just 0% for 60 months with approved credit or up to $4,500 in customer cash rebates on 2024 Outlanders. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Mitsubishi. Don Tyson and 71B Springdale, rathmitsubishi.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Hello, folks. I'm Chief Meteorologist R.B. Bobby, the 4029 Get Ready Weather Forecast. Well, after an incredibly windy day and a cold one after that, we are going to see the winds start to calm down a little bit as we go into the night. But tomorrow morning, totally calm, but totally cold, too. Waking up to temperatures in the mid-20s for our Thursday morning. As we get to Thursday afternoon, it warms up a little bit for us. High temperatures back up around 60 with partly cloudy skies. Even warmer for Friday with high temperatures back in the low 70s under mostly sunny skies. That's your Get Ready Weather only on 4029.
ESPN 99.5. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. It's Ruskin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
Arkansas women's basketball season comes to an end. 79-74, Georgia beats them today at the SEC tournament in Greenville, South Carolina. Izzy goes for 38 in 39 minutes of action. And Arkansas season will end. Georgia will play Oklahoma tomorrow in the SEC tournament. Arkansas's men beat Vanderbilt last night by a final score of 90-77. And they are sitting at 7-10 in the league, currently the 11th seed. But according to the ESPN Arkansas projections, after Saturday's action, they'll either be the 12 or the 9. I don't think they'll be sticking at this 11 spot. I was looking at the different permutations and combinations, and I think that's where they end up. 12 or the 9. I don't know if they stay at the 11. Also, there's more action in tonight's action, by the way, in the SEC does not impact anything. They'll still be at the 11 seed going into Saturday's game in the SEC tournament, looking to go higher. We know they'll definitely play Wednesday, and it looks like it'll be a day game on Wednesday.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. Because if they're the 9, they'd play at noon. And if they're the 12, they'd play at like 2:30. If they're the 11 seed, they play at like 9 o'clock at night. Again. No bueno. I'm not doing that again. Not for a while anyway.
So
that was
we
rough.
Want them to be the 9?
The 9 or the 12.
So we want
or
them
the 13th, but
to win.
I think so.
Or possibly blue.
I don't know what we want.
Okay.
I think if they win, they could move up to the 9, which would be fun.
And then they would play at 2:30?
They play at noon Wednesday if they're the 9 seed. If they're the 12, they play at 2:30. 12 and 13 play at 2:30. 9 plays 16. So they'd get South Carolina again, possibly. There's still a chance LSU could be the 16. That's not locked up.
If they play South Carolina again, they won't let what happened.
They'll score more than 14 in the
They
first
won't
half.
let what happened the other day happen again.
God, let's hope not. That would be even more embarrassing. Now the poll questions with our own DQ.
Your polls. LeBron scoring 50,000 points.
Right.
Is it something or nothing? 54% people said nothing.
Wow. More than half.
Have you ever chased a trash can down the street? 53% of people said yes.
I could have also asked, has a trash can ever chased you down the
Yeah.
street? But I didn't.
Someone
do that.
replied and said, "No, I'll get it when it hits an obstruction."
That's free. Yeah, it's free. Wait till it stops moving and
just
pick
wait.
it up.
You don't chase it. Did they pull you back in last night? They being Arkansas.
Yeah.
66, but this has gone down. 66% of people said yes.
Oh, it's going down though.
Do you have a TV in your bedroom? 80% of people said yes. That was the only way I was going to watch a 9 p.m. basketball game is having a TV in my room. And have you ever used the phrase, we need to keep in touch?
No.
70% of people said yes.
I don't want to keep in touch.
And those are your polls. Go touch grass. I didn't watch pretty much the entire first half last night because it wasn't on. It was on
Plus.
Yeah.
Because
none of
we
the
had to wait on the
illegal-
Mississippi State game day. And
Yeah.
we went to overtime.
I watched all of the overtime of the Texas game because the illegal YouTube streamers don't have SEC Plus, I guess.
Those jerks, those illegal streamers, bootleggers, what they are.
I mean, there are multiple. If you don't have ESPN or SEC Plus or SEC Network, I mean, there's pretty much a good chance you can get it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little tidbit.
And we don't condone this activity, of course.
Yeah. It's so funny how they work around it. You can tell that they're like perfecting their craft as the seasons go on.
Like, wait a minute, like the team, like they have to gel and improve with each week, and then in March they're like in peak form.
To not get caught, I guess. And I'm guessing, I don't know if I'll be able to watch any of the actual NCAA tournament games because those are super strict. With
They're pretty
copyright stuff.
They're pretty strict on them. Yeah.
But it's just funny how they get around it. So sometimes they don't play the commercial breaks because that's the thing that'll get them flagged. Or sometimes, every so often, this guy will get on a mic and you can hear him talking. And I'm thinking that something about the sound being disrupted is keeping it from being detected.
Don't they like flip the image so it's backwards? So it doesn't get.
No.
Oh, okay.
Some streamers do have to do goofy stuff like that. The women's basketball game I was watching, one of it had to put on the live chat on the screen, so I switched to another one, and then that one had its sound all distorted, so I had to just watch it on mute. They're getting around it.
I guess so.
And they're getting around it with football. Yeah. I think it'll be a lot more strict with the March Madness, though. Maybe.
Yeah, they probably have a team of people that are just out there.
They do get shut down sometimes.
Yeah. Then you just have to find another one?
I don't know, because sometimes when you go to the YouTube stream, it's a completely other video, so you think, okay, they knew they were about to get shut down, so they switched it to something else, like them doing something. I don't know. It's really bizarre. But I don't have ESPN, so
well, you got to do what you got to do then. Oh, wow. Yeah, next year, I volunteer Arkansas to play in the 5 o'clock game on triple header Tuesday, not the 9 o'clock game.
Was that bad for you?
It wasn't my favorite thing of all time. It's not great.
I wonder if Christian had to get to work early.
I don't know.
He probably did.
Yeah, probably. Well, he probably had to stay and cut all those highlights. He probably didn't leave till 3 anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's rough.
Yeah. That's crazy. Make him come in at 5:30 the next day and run the...
Yes.
Really cracking down. Tough stuff out there. Oh, good grief. Let's see here. Bob and Branson pointing out LeBron has scored more points than Michael Jordan and Bulls legend Ed Neely combined. Yeah, no one scored more than he. But you know what? Michael still got 6, and LeBron doesn't have 6 rings. So that ain't changing. Not changing. I really hope the Lakers don't win it this year. And they're threatening to be good, which I don't like at all. Don't like that at all.
Isn't Dallas like falling apart?
Dallas is falling apart. So they
got cursed.
Yes. LeBron only has 4, by the way. And one of them's in the bubble, so do we really count that? Let's give him 3.5. All right. let's be totally fair about this. No, Dallas is okay, so I would love to be in. There are sports teams that just make crazy decisions, and you'd just love to be in on the thought process of what they were going on, what was going on here. So they trade away the most popular player since Dirk Nowitzki, who won a title there. And apparently they didn't think people would get that mad about it.
Yeah.
And they did. So then they get Anthony Davis. He goes down in the first game that he plays. He hasn't been back since. And then on Monday, Kyrie Irving, who's actually been behaving himself and being, a model citizen and not being a maniac for the first time in his career. ACL, done. So, yeah, they are. These are the kinds of things. I know this is professional sports, and there may not be a ton of interest in this, and maybe you can't totally relate to this, but these are the types of decisions that take 10 to 15 years for people to get over. Like, people stay big mad about stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Somebody was bringing up in the 90s, there was this really popular player, Dominique Wilkins, with the Atlanta Hawks. Same deal. They traded him. And 20-some-odd, 30 years later, there's still Hawks fans that are not happy that the team traded away Dominique Wilkins in the 90s. But even this ownership group, still people are big mad about it. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's it has not been a good month or so for the Dallas Mavericks. And I don't want LeBron to win it. But that might happen. That's the extent of my NBA coverage. About once every 2 weeks, I'll check the standings to see what's going on. That's about it. Not watching tape or anything. All right. Good to have you on board here. The Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. How you can be a part of the festivities. Okay. With us now. It's going to work.
You want me to do it?
I got it. It's not dragging over for some reason. Or my computer's lagging. One or the other. What a surprise. The Wi-Fi's not working. All right, you do it. We have a special guest.
Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And we sang as we sat and waited by the telephone. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
We're also going to play this when Brent Iredale does stuff for the basketball team, or the baseball team, because he's from Sydney. Peter, what's going on?
Not much, Derek. I figured I'd call in because Zach clearly is slacking, and it's just left you high and dry. How's it been going? with you and DQ.
It's going well. It's going well.
Oh, good.
Are people in Australia all excited about the start for Mr. Iredale's season with the Razorbacks down there?
Yeah, we are actually.